It's showtime.
Who are these socials?
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl
This is all just for the radio.
and Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? This is the only podcast about social media and, of course, all the bracket buster analysis you need. I'm your host, Karl Hamburger, and with me, as usual, is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
Just pretend we're on a red carpet and don't fucking embarrass me today, all right? Don't talk while I'm talking.
I can't wait to talk about Alec Baldwin with you today. This is very exciting. But first, I have to announce that there are rumors going around that Stuttering John was going to be cast in Snow White before they decided to make the dwarf CGI, and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat, but if you decide that you don't want me to read your super chat and you'd rather have an AI voice read your super chat instead, then I invite you to head over to supertip.gg/WATP. It's a great way to support the show and also participate in the show as well with the many voices we have related to Dabbleverse people, and of course, who are these socials on there, including Solar, who's that voice came out really good. Of course, Woke Dad's on there. Woke
I'm
Dad
on
was a
there.
favorite.
Imagine me saying something funny. You
Holy
guys have that
shit.
power.
Can you imagine? I gotta say, Woke Dad probably travels the best. Woke Dad shows up on every show I do. That
It
has,
seems
the
like
super
people
tip
enjoy that
system.
one and enjoy putting things in his mouth, as it were.
And his cadence is always exactly the same. So it was very easy to figure that out.
The Stern one is good. That sounds
The
like
Stern one's
Stern. Yeah.
I agree. And so is, of course, Dr. Steve.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Steve's voice is very spot on.
Fluid.
You can always tell it's Dr. Steve. All right. I don't want to start getting into banter without announcing that we're getting into banter. This is
good.
a
Brace
very
yourself.
important part of the show right here.
Here come the guys with the banter. Got frosted tips, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter. The other can't see shit, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter.
Now, Mike, I was telling you before we started the show, I just did Hughesy's show with Echo Pineapple and Hughes. And Hughesy's big topic for the show today was, is the Dabbleverse eating itself?
Oh, no.
He put a poll out. He wants to know, is the Dabbleverse imploding? What do you think, Mike? What's going on? What's the latest with the Dabbleverse?
I don't think so. I did. I gave OJ a good scolding the other day, but that's
And rightfully so.
I think that was warranted. No, I maybe I don't pay attention enough. What was the subject matter?
Well,
Why
I
do you
guess
think
he's talking about how people are striking other channels and striking each other and getting
Oh.
things taken down.
Who's doing that?
Dude, I don't know. It was a really weird conversation because he's going, yeah, everyone's just like striking everyone else. I go, wait, hold on a second. No one that I do shows with is striking anyone, to my knowledge. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
I don't know how far the Dabbleverse goes, maybe, because I think of you, Tukey, Cardiff,
Shuli.
maybe Shuli for sure, maybe a few other shows, but like maybe I just don't know the reach of everyone because I don't know of anyone.
See, I think
doing
you're
that
in the Dabbleverse. Am I crazy?
Sure, maybe if I could reach such high esteem, I appreciate that. But I know of Joey C. I guess I would throw him in there.
Yeah,
but
Joey C.
That's where I start to lose sight.
We watched a clip yesterday on WATP, this show called Cockfight, and it's like these three comics who hang out in the living room. of
Colin
their
Terrell, very
apartment.
funny. Yes. I
Yeah.
saw
Okay.
that.
So yeah, you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
And the way the one guy summarized the Dabbleverse was so funny. He goes, "Yeah, it's Kevin Brennan making fun of Gino's wedding."
Yeah.
And I was like, I like that description of the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, if Colin, I heard Colin talking about you. If he knows who you guys are, he'd probably be good to get on WATP. I think he'd be very funny on there.
Oh, all right. Well, I didn't realize you had a connection. I'm glad I brought it up.
I don't know him at all. I just from comedy. Like, he's a very funny guy.
Okay. Well, I take your word on it, except for when you steer me in the wrong direction.
Sure.
You usually know who you usually know who the good comics are. When you said Nanette was a masterpiece, I was like, what? I don't know. I think it's
it was particularly Sunday. A lot of people were saying that I like that that particular program.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I think this guy's lost his fastball,
Yeah.
but other than that, I tend to trust your judgment on things.
Well, thank you.
Mike, are you ready to play a game?
Always.
Carl say, Mike, hey, guess the sound. Is it girls farting or cute bunny rabbits snoring?
So this is the Guess the Sound game. You can play along at home because Mike can't see the videos that we play, and neither can our audio listeners. So if you're not watching this, you can try to figure out what is happening in this video clip. Now, this one came in from Psychotic in our Discord, and he does say that this is a amateur. I forget the term he used, but it's a on easy mode.
Okay.
What he said about this.
A softball for me.
Yeah, this one you should be able to knock right out of the park.
Okay.
Let's see. And this is an old video that's gone around before, so let's see how you do.
For over a decade, but recently they found that controversy has come home to roost in their very own backyard. An infestation of Canadian brown finches, which is a small I guess I should have seen that one coming, huh?
All right, Mike, what do you think just happened here?
Okay. It sounds like David Collins' cousin doing a newscast.
Yes, that's correct.
Unless I'm taking you too literally that you said it was easy, he has bugs in his mouth now.
Not bugs.
Shit, piss.
All right. Guys, what do we do? Do we give this to him? Shit is the answer. So he's standing underneath a tree talking about these birds, this bird infestation. Okay. One shits on his shoulder and he goes, oh, geez, I should have guessed that. Then he looks up and a bird shits right in his mouth.
I'm taking that one because you don't hear the shit. Just something happens.
Okay.
Know?
Well, yeah, you don't hear bird shit, I guess.
Right.
I thought you had a sixth sense, though. Or I guess a fifth sense. Wait, would that be considered a fifth sense?
Yes. Knowing what I'm hearing.
Right. Okay. Well, we're going to give it to him, everyone. I'm feeling generous.
It doesn't feel good now when you put it that way.
You're a winner, Mike. You've won again. You're good at this.
Terrific. Thank you.
Yes. Rusty says, birds always have diarrhea. Yeah, it's never like a thick one. It's always runny.
It's amazing how often that happens, that people get bird shit on them. You would think percentage-wise it would be much more rare.
Well, funny story. We were in Nashville doing WATP Live, and we were all hanging out. I think it was the Sunday after our show. We were all just walking around Nashville, hanging out, doing stuff. And immediately, as soon as we get to downtown, Trucker Andy gets shit on.
Like, you'd think that'd be almost an impossibility.
I know. It's so funny. I think I got shit on once when I was a little kid, but I'm outside all the time. I ride my bike. I go on long walks and shit. I never get shit on.
All right.
But anyway, Andy got shit on. And props to Andy because he handed his debit card to Vinny Paulino and said, buy me a new shirt, knowing this was going to be a bit. And Vinny found a tank top that said Nash Y'all or something like that.
Oh, that's funny. Gashville.
It was like a pink tank top. And Andy had to put that on, wear it the rest of the day. And immediately at leaving the store, he walked by a lady who was wearing the same tank top.
And that's fun.
Yeah, so that worked out very well. But props.
And if you think you haven't been shit on enough, you should check Reddit.
Oh yeah, good point. No, you know what? Actually, I get shit on every day now that I think about it. Right in my mouth. Maybe that's why I enjoyed that clip happening to someone else for once. All right, let's head over to Instagram. That's where we're going to start things off today.
Blinded like blind Mike. Don't be a
douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels, they might make you wanna fight.
Now, Miguel sent this one in, and he said, normally I don't advocate violence against women, but
Okay, that's a good start.
what we're about to see, this is more of a visual, but I think you're going to enjoy it. There's a woman who apparently is just randomly walking up to a car that's stopped at a stop sign and pounding on the window.
Nice.
And so the guy gets out. So there she is slamming, trying to punch into the window. She opens the door, the guy gets out, and he knows karate. Oh, down she goes.
Lillian Jones got knocked the fuck out! Oh shit! Oh my god! She got knocked the fuck out!
The guys watching it were having some fun with it. But the guy came out in like a karate stance and immediately kicked her twice and then smacked her. And she went right down, yes.
And there's been a lot of talk over the years of how to make like baseball more interesting, say, like, sports in general,
Right.
less people are watching on television.
Sure.
Just have like random black people that film things do the play-by-play, because they really brought it to
my
life for me.
gosh.
I could feel the excitement.
Everything should be world star.
Yeah.
You're right.
feel like you're
fuck! They're just watching people in the
you're
stands
really watching
doing
something.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just watching a guy drop his beer in the stand. Oh, fuck, that dude. That's a $16 beer. He just dropped it all over that
This
lady.
motherfucker.
Can we zoom in on that? Actually, Otani's up to bat. Should we be showing that? No. Show this asshole's dropping his beer over here.
Yeah, that's getting numbers.
You might be onto something. Here's another Instagrammer. This one came in from Matt Fish in our Discord server. And there was a sighting of Jay Leno out on the street, driving around in one of his vehicles.
He's not getting injured again, is he? This poor
Well,
bastard.
definitely not, because
Okay.
Jay Leno is driving a tank. And when you ask, like, well, not like a real tank, right? No, a real tank.
Okay.
Jay Leno over here yelling, talking shit in a fucking tank on the street right now.
Here he comes down the street in a legit tank with a gun and
Oh, he's gonna run me over. No.
all the shit.
Oh, he's gonna park here. What's up, Jay? Sick ass tank. Neighborhood patrol. Hey, bro. I'm sure it's gonna be safe
How is
now.
he still a cornball while on a tank?
I know. Only Jay Leno can have the cheesiest joke while driving around in a tank. This can't be street legal.
What's happening? There's no explanation for this?
I don't know.
Is it your parking right here? That's fucking Jay Leno in a tank.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Did you just buy it? You just bought it? Someone gave it to me. My friends don't give me tanks.
Do you get to a certain level where they're like, well, clearly you're a responsible car owner. You have enough vehicles.
He can
trust you with a tank.
You get to a certain level. You're like,
Yeah.
I kind of want to purchase a cannon. You're like, yeah, you own a lot of guns. I think we can trust you with a cannon.
It'd be great if he really lost his mind and was just firing.
Just getting revenge
Jay
on
Leno has
everyone.
called war on Los Angeles.
Anyway, I thought that was fun. Not very
Wild.
obviously
And there's
Jay
no
Leno
explanation for it anywhere?
I didn't look into it, if that's your question.
I have to find out now.
Like I said, I was on Hughesy's show just a minute ago. I didn't have as much time to prep.
You've got your ear to the ground. I understand.
Yeah. So, it'd be a fun thing to do if you're just... It'd be better than a parade. I'd rather see Jay Leno in a tank than all the fire trucks in the town.
I think
driving
Jay
by.
Leno is a much cooler guy. Like, if you hear him on, like, Bill Maher or Rogan or these shows, like, he's much more laid back and seems like a more fun he's probably more fun than Letterman. He was just
for
such a
sure.
cornball on that show
Yep.
that it doesn't add up.
Well, what I know about Jay Leno is mostly what Stuttering John has told me. And he seems like a very nice guy
Chill guy, the
who
nicest.
takes care of his people very well.
Way better than Stephanie Miller, from what I hear.
Way better than 70 Miller. And you know
Those
what?
two are always being compared.
He doesn't demand a lot. Like Jay Leno's a guy who's just like, oh, you're not very professional. You're not funny. That's okay. You can still have a job on my show for 10 years.
Until they force me out, you can have a job.
Right. It's pretty incredible like that.
Yay, super chats.
Guys, thank you for supporting the show and for being here, watching Who Are These Socials. And of course, I'm talking about you, KJ. KJ coming in with $20, one of the most consistent donators to this program.
Thank you, KJ.
I've discovered two things this week. Mike's impression of his therapist sounds suspiciously like Alec Baldwin, and Mike's therapy sessions are scheduled on the day he dubs WATS. Coincidence? I think not.
It's what gets me ready. It's like, listening to Lose Yourself before a big game or something.
I see. Okay. Well, I heard you describing how you came to your Alec Baldwin impression where you're just like, that's just the voice I do for people.
Yeah.
And then it turned out it's like, yeah, but it does sound just like Alec Baldwin. Like, oh, okay, cool.
It's just, if you have like a deep kind of professional voice like that, it's the voice I would do. And then just lined up with that. It's like I had a puzzle piece that I was putting into every puzzle. And one day it just worked.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. And I know people have been clamoring for this and it's been a long time. But since KJ is here super tipping us, I think it's time we play a super tip jingle.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, KJ. The Instagram jingle lyrics seem to be studied more than the Dark Side of the Moon album.
Back by popular demand, baby.
Wow,
Thank you, KJ. Thank you very much. The guy I was just talking to, Echo Pineapple, coming in.
Oh, now Karl is giving a shout out to that Pidu fruit. I'm telling Izo.
Okay. Taking advantage of Joey C. I think because I said that I was on the show with Echo Pineapple and he was calling him.
Oh, he's calling himself a pedophile.
I think so.
Oh, that's good horseplay. That's good.
I could be wrong about that. I've been wrong before. Cool Cut Casting with $4.99. Biden Mike's dad couldn't be bothered to raise his disabled son, but at least he had the moral virtue to nag someone for not attending a sodomite wedding.
That's not entirely accurate.
Okay, do you want to correct the record on that? Or?
No, that's all right.
Let's move on. Cosmic Nod 499 says, I saw some other show trying to do the banter bit. They didn't call it banter, but I know banter when I hear it. Dude, that's fucked up. Please report them.
So many. I've turned on a lot of podcasts and I just hear guys talking and I'm like, they're not going to acknowledge it. Like, you're welcome to do it. Everyone takes from each other.
Of course.
But at least acknowledge us.
We're influencing these shows and they can't even acknowledge that we've helped them out. I mean, if that happens again, Cosmic Nod, run and tell an adult.
Sometimes I find episodes from like 10 or 15 years ago where people are ripping off our format.
Fuck!
It's ridiculous how far it goes back.
That's ridiculous. I'm so disappointed. The one pun, $2. How long until Jay Leno loses it and reenacts Waco? I think
that's what I'm saying. Like that's not,
what Mike is saying.
Even if he's of sound mind now,
right?
One day he could just snap.
Yeah, he could become Gene Hackman. You don't know what's going to happen with these guys. They're getting older.
Yes.
Germs coming in on our super tip system.
The poo shits or something.
Yeah. That's why that video was cool. I like Woke Dead doing Chip. That's fun. And Audiophile America coming in with a big one.
Hey, Mike, guess what's happening in this video clip?
Oh, Cisco. Oh.
Oh no, did you come already?
It's okay. I made this in the pottery studio.
Shove it up my ass.
Whoa.
Solar and
Woke
Dad?
Oh, Solar. I'm sorry.
Solar and Woke Dad now are getting it on, apparently.
I could see those two hitting it off, if I'm being honest.
I could too.
Yeah.
They would have a lot in common right there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's head over to Twitter. This is the thing that we need to be talking about. Look at this tweet now. This is Alec and Hilaria?
Yes, that's right.
Hilaria?
Hillary, if you want to use her real name.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. They're on the red carpet in front of a Planet Hollywood grand opening or something. I heard that Alec Baldwin got paid $500,000 to be part of a Planet Hollywood grand opening in Manhattan.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's possible.
Yeah, why?
But,
he doesn't seem like that exciting a get. He's very available.
Well, it also seems like maybe he needs money. And
without a doubt.
You've been watching his reality show. We've been watching you watch his reality show on your Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And he does live an expensive lifestyle. There's a lot of kids and a lot of houses.
Yeah. And he quickly became, as you'll see in this clip, he quickly became the protagonist. I thought it was kind of going to be, I do love Alec Baldwin to some extent.
Sure.
Like, he's a great actor.
Of course.
But I thought it would kind of be both of them being douches. And like, oh, we'd make fun of and hate both of them. But we found very quickly, like, you sort of feel bad for Alec. He has been cuckolded by this woman. He has no balls left.
Correct. And I brought this up on Hughesy's stream. We were talking about this a little bit.
Yeah.
But and people make fun of me for marrying someone older than I am. This is why you do that.
Yeah, you get to do that to her. Hey, bitch. Enough.
I wouldn't put up with this shit for 1 second.
We want more of this. Season 2? Do we know anything?
The Hilaria show.
No. I think we're gonna see. You
Oh,
know?
it's Hilaria. I was just corrected by Alec. The Hilaria show.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is their youngest child they only refer to as baby on the show?
Yeah, I don't think they know the name.
And I believe that's because the baby's name is Ilaria. Not Hilaria, but Ilaria. That's what I'm told, anyways. I believe so, yeah. And
weird.
producers think it would be very confusing if they were
That's
like, Ilaria
weird.
is crying.
Okay.
No, I think we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
That look right there. I use this in our thumbnail. Alec looks over at the camera like, do you see? You see what I'm fucking dealing with over here?
Imagine that coming after this poor schmuck saying, "You're a winner."
Yeah, right. He's just like, no, we should do the whole show with just you. You're amazing.
You'd think he was demeaning her.
Nope.
This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. No.
I got news for you, bitch. You cut him out, there's no show. No one gives a fuck. No one's sorry. No one's giving you 10 episodes to be like, it's funny how she goes in and out of her accent, isn't it? He's the show.
Correct. This is the only reason why anyone's watching the Baldwins.
Yes.
Because of that name, Baldwin. His demeanor, the way he just sunk. Like, you watch this man's soul leave his body right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think every relationship has had these moments at times where it's like, hey, I didn't like the way you talked to me here or whatever.
Yeah.
But you do it in the privacy of your home.
Correct.
Not specifically for cameras. Like if your partner's annoying you, you grit your teeth. You don't tell fucking Access Hollywood, you believe this fucking asshole? Huh? You see what I deal
with? Let me play that again, because all she has to do is just be like, oh yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me just answer this question. It's like, you just be polite about it, but you could tell this happens 10x this behind closed doors.
Yes.
Be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. No.
Okay, now she's gonna try to recover from that. I'm gonna skip through a little bit.
Yeah, because it happens.
He walks away. He literally looks for someone else to talk to for a little bit.
All right, sorry, Hilaria. I'll call you.
And then they stay on Hilaria for a while, so then he comes back over and talks some more.
Kind of feel the desire to make it more silly than it might be.
I have to say that I don't think you make it more silly than it is. I actually feel
I feel get that on the show.
No, we just cut all that part out.
Cut me out.
Cut you out. When you're trying to make it silly, we cut it out. No, I mean, I think that every day, because we like routine, and I think anybody who's a parent knows that routine is king, or in queen, routine is key. We'll just say king and queen at the same time. It's essential. It's essential.
Routine is key, so we invited a camera crew into our home to film
every day.
For essential in Spanish.
Esencial. Okay.
I think that was Alec getting a shot back at her.
Absolutely. I applauded.
Yes.
Good for you, Al.
He's just like, all right, you humiliated me. I know the one thing that everyone talks about with you. I just backed this up a little bit. Let's hear that again.
He holds up a cucumber. He's like, what's this?
It's essential.
How do you say this in, I don't know, English? Do you know?
Or in queen, routine is key. We'll just say king and queen at the same time. It's essential. It's essential. But, I think that us trying to every day.
For essential in Spanish.
Esencial. Okay.
He even was processing for a while. She's still talking. He's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna zing her right now. I got
and there's
something.
literally no reason for him to mention that.
Correct.
There's zero context that would require Spanish jargon. He's like, all right, bitch.
He's the one who said essential is the word you're looking for. And then he goes, by the way, how do you pronounce that in Spanish?
Because if you watch the show, which it's also on TLC, much like Girl Baylen, and if you leave the TV on long enough and catch the Baldwins after Baylen out loud, you'll think, oh, there's another girl with Tourette's. Because there's scenes in the show where she's like, I work to correct my accent, but it's just so difficult. Like it's similar to Baylen, but Baylen has an actual, well, debatable, but supposed disability.
Yeah, I wonder if Hilaria is going to get that brain surgery that Baylen was talking about on her show.
Wow.
Talking to professionals.
They used to have a brain surgery for Hilaria, but I think they stopped that practice.
It let me down.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're distracting me right now.
Sorry.
Like now you're just doing that. Why? Why are you distracting me?
I'm just captivated
Yeah,
by your
you're just,
beauty.
yeah, you're just distracting me.
Oh, that's some dynamic right there. She's like, why are you fucking with me right now? I'm being interviewed. He's like, no, you're so hot. You are so beautiful, baby.
And this is, I get Hilaria is the one promoting the show, but this is kind of like Alec's work. You know what I mean? Like the only reason she's on a red carpet is Alec Baldwin.
Of course.
Like if I went to my girlfriend's business Christmas party and was saying to basically strangers, you believe this fucking dizzy broad? That shit, am I right? They'd be like, what are you doing? We don't know you like it. We like her. We don't know you.
God, stop. You're annoying me. Stop. It's not cute. No, he's distracting me. So, I'm gonna walk out of this interview. Right?
I need the motherhood notes. You are doing amazing.
No, okay, go back. Let me go back. It's all about routine. It's all about routine, and every day we strive to be boring, and then unboring things happen to us, as they do with 7 children.
Unboring is the funniest adjective for their show. Guys, you should check out our show. It's unboring.
Unboring things happen to us. Like, for example, my husband shot and murdered a cinematographer, totally by accident.
That is very unboring.
It's completely unboring. It's
I
unique.
agree
It's
with that.
interesting.
But the show itself,
It's boring as shit.
I get to watch it through your lens,
Yes.
using Craig's lens.
Yeah,
which,
we try to bring it to life. And then it seemed like Craig was kind of tapping out until the end this week. They teased that Ireland, is that her name? The oldest daughter?
Right, yes.
Is going to be on the show. And she seems like she is having none of Hilaria's bullshit. So that could be interesting.
That's going to be fantastic. All right, so I saw this clip. You sent it over to me. People suggested it too in our Discord and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't see the follow-up from this until just a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, no, I saw Craig tweeted this out today. Is actually where I saw it.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously this was talked about at home. Elle was just like,
Yes.
what the fuck were you thinking just now? This is going to go around. And
They
go
put a little
viral and
script
it's
together. And
Right,
said,
so-
how do we make ourselves look good here?
Yep. So here is them trying to fix this issue.
Great.
You're
You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show.
All right. So what's happening right now is they're both laying in bed and they're playing the audio of what we just heard. But now Alec is lip syncing to what Hilaria said. I'm just going to pronounce it differently every time. So Hillary. And I guarantee they listened to this dozens of times because he's getting it perfect. He's got I know he's a professional actor, but he's got the cadence sound.
That's
and everything.
great, by the way, for Alec. Because I know this argument where Hilaria would go, no, I just said, could you please stop talking? And he gets to go to video.
Yep.
Like, no, what you said was, I'm a little pussy boy.
And that is called, what's the word of the day?
Manterrupting.
Manterrupting, which could be a positive, it could be a negative, or it could be a...
Correctile dysfunction.
Yes, correctile dysfunction.
Oh, correctile dysfunction. Wow, they came up with a good one for that. They went to the writer's room.
This poor bastard. This
So
was
what do you
Jack
guys-
Donaghy, damn it.
I know. He even did that long pause, too, to really drive it home. He's still got the chops.
He does.
This
Yeah,
Alec.
that's the sad
it's
thing
good.
about all this.
Yeah, it's good. So you just heard a little bang on the door.
Yeah.
So let's
Oh, right.
enter the Kramer of the Baldwins.
I think that's one of our children trying to get into the room. But you know, the whole point is, because our children are about to come in, the whole point is that we interrupt each other all the time. Or sometimes our kids interrupt us.
I just want to point out, Mike, you might not know this. So Hillary is laying in bed with her husband and is wearing a top that shows off her cleavage in such a way that it's mesmerizing. And you go, oh, now I see why Alec is putting up with this nonsense.
You're falling for one of her pranks. I don't know if you if you saw this week's episode where they pulled up, and I give them credit for talking about this stuff, but they pulled up a clip of some show shitting on her for the outfit she wore. She wore like, she was out with her kids or something and had some like short skirt and was showing her cleavage off, and people were shitting on her for it. And on the show, Hilaria was like, can you believe they fell for it? My little gag. I knew they were out there, so I dressed up in really sexy attire. And I'm like, what? What's the prank even? I don't understand.
What do you mean? How did you win in this? What do you mean?
Right. And based on what I know of the show now, I would suggest even this moment was scripted, where they were like, all right, Carmen, now you're going to walk in and show everyone what a good mother your mommy is.
Yes, correct. And also, this bedroom is fucking bonkers. Are they in their apartment in this one, or are they in their Hamptons home?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
It's got to be the Hamptons home, because this bedroom they're in is huge.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, go get Carmen.
Okay, so now that we cleared all of that up, wait, I cleared it up. Give me a kiss just so they know that I'm not.
Oh, I'm so happy.
And give me a kiss.
It's going to be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God.
That's what you say all the time when you're happy, right? I'm so happy.
Yeah. Now give me a kiss to prove that I'm not a bitch, is what you just said at the end there. Now show that we're not arguing right now by giving me a kiss on the lips.
Yeah. Well, all my happiest moments, I've pulled out a camera and said, show everyone how happy I am right now.
This is so pathetic. What is going on?
I defended my guy Alec a couple weeks ago when the Donald Trump impersonator was outside his place.
You did.
But it is, if you are a guy that hates that sort of attention, the fault I will absolutely put on Alec is, you don't think having a fucking reality show invites that shit? You know what I mean? You're out doing red carpet. Like, if you really hated that stuff, there are people who are reclusive, who avoid that stuff. Like, you live in Manhattan, you go to red carpets, you put your family on TV. You are, to some extent, asking for that. I don't think you should show up at people's houses, but
houses. The sidewalk in Manhattan, Mike.
He knew what he was doing.
It's a lot of foot traffic. There's a lot of people out there.
You just camped out outside the guy's home.
All right, we don't have to keep arguing about this. Let's talk about Dan Bernstein.
Yes.
So he works in Chicago. He's a radio guy. He's on a popular sports talk show.
Yeah, you would think guys that are on local AM radio would be like somewhat terrified that they're going to lose their jobs. Not even shitting out, just the way the business is going. You'd think that would humble you to some extent. But there are certain people that have been in the business long enough that have this just completely undeserved ego. And Dan Bernstein is one of those guys. I was telling you before the show, I know of him because he had an incident with Eddie, a Chicago guy from Barstool, who by all accounts is like one of the nicer guys at the company. I don't know him really personally, but seems like a nice guy. And Eddie was on their show, which is called the whatever in Bernstein, Smith and Bernstein show, whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
And Eddie was talking to him, and he says, Bernstein, what do you think about this? And the guy goes, you don't know me like that, man. And Eddie doesn't even know what he's talking about. He goes, Bernstein? You can call me Dan, okay? My friends call me Bern. And Eddie was like, it's the name of the show. What the fuck?
He was
seemed
offended that he was called by his name.
Yeah.
You could never offend me if you call me by a name that I call myself.
So that's all I really know about him. That and that he made Portnoy's enemies list after that. So then I never really heard anything about him until this incident the other day when he was getting trolled online.
Okay, so right now what I'm showing on the screen is the photo that he posted on Twitter, which is him holding up a fish. So he's a fisherman, and he's holding up this fish, And he posts this on Twitter.
Mhm.
And in the comments, there's this guy, Greg Messenger. And Greg says, LOL, that isn't walleye. That is a female northern pike that was getting ready to spawn, but instead Dan killed it and seemed proud of it. So Dan
This son of a
responds.
bitch. He's calling out the fish that he caught. This prick.
Dan responds, what the entire fuck is wrong with you? It was released successfully, took off like a torpedo. Go fuck yourself. I mean,
Now that seems
literally, that's how quickly this escalated. That was the first response to that.
And what's weird is he deletes the first tweet, right? The one with the
Yeah, the
picture,
tweet
the
is
fishing
deleted, but all of the comments are still up here on Twitter.
I wonder if he's just a guy, he doesn't know how Twitter works and he thought it would delete the whole thread or something. I don't know.
Obviously, because he didn't go back and he can go back and delete all of these comments that I'm about to read for you.
Yeah.
So the guy, Greg, responds with that dried blood on the gills, sure it did, Dan, liar. And Dan says, like a shot. I never respond to trolls, but questioning my sportsmanship and conservation awareness sets me off. Want to fight? I'm a bad enemy, fucker.
Imagine that being your line. Like, hey, listen, I never let anything get to me.
But I will murder you.
But you questioned the fish that I caught, and now I'm going to kill your family.
So Greg responds, you are a 5'7", 165-pound fat boy.
This guy's owning him.
You really worry me as a bad enemy. By the way, your language continues to give you away as a very base juvenile person. And Dan says, you're right.
Hold on, it's the worst when he hits you with an insult, like a shitty insult, because you could brush that off and be like, fuck it. He hits you with an insult, and then also like a rational thought.
Right.
And you're like, oh, this guy's really covering all the bases.
So this response is wild. Dan says, where are you at? I have your address and phone numbers. Want it all public? Do I worry you yet? This has 1 million views, by the way, this response.
Do I worry you? Yeah, you seem unhinged.
And Greg says, not one bit. I am very transparent on where I live. So Dan responds, because he's like, oh, you're supposed to react differently.
I'll get
so he responds, want your kids involved? Up to you. Want your kids involved, by the way, has 10 million views.
That was the one that probably sparked the controversy, really.
And then he says, just say I'm sorry for being a dick and I'll stop. And so he's not getting a response. So then he says, I guess your cowardly silence is, I'm sorry for being a dick. Cool. You MAGA worms are so lame.
That was my favorite one because I quote tweeted that and said, it's a real shame that this is his last tweet on this matter.
Yeah, right.
After that, he clammed up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it didn't go the way that he hoped it would. So apparently this has led to some issues with his job. He's got the week off. The company said, hey, well, why don't you take the week off there, Dad? You seem to be going through something right now.
Which usually leads to him getting fired, which I don't think he should lose. He's a personality. He's supposed to be a crazy guy on the radio. Like those aren't real threats. You know what I mean? Like he's just being ridiculous for, I don't know, shock value, I guess. Unless they think he's really unhinged and might do these things. But I don't think he should lose his radio job. But I will say, like, the charity thing I kind of get if he's working with kids. That's a pretty weird move.
Right. So on Sundays, according to this article that I'm reading here on the Sun Times, on Sunday, Camp One Step by Children's Oncology Services posted on X, Camp One Step brings happiness, support, strength, and hope to hundreds of children each year. Recently, Dan Bernstein made comments on social media that don't reflect our mission. As a result, we've removed him from our board of directors.
Even I think that's extreme based on the
I guess, but when I
kind of get it, though. Yeah.
I do too. When I see a guy get that fired up over nothing, I'm like, do we really want this guy representing us or making decisions on our behalf? This guy's retarded.
Also, if you're like us and see enough of the dark of Twitter or Reddit, like you're like, oh, people say bullshit all the time. If you're just a guy that works at a kids charity, you're like, what the fuck?
Right? Yeah. Like, what is he doing right here? Yes.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this idiot? All right, let's get caught up.
Yay, super chats.
I appreciate Echo Pineapple coming back in. He says, I really didn't think that last one through. So apparently we were
I don't know who he meant
that.
then. It sounded like he was talking about himself.
I think he was talking about himself. Darren Gray coming in.
Anthony is human garbage. He opens a spite show and does what want to do right in front my screen.
All right.
Opie is not happy with Anthony's success.
Yeah.
Apparently. Gonzo coming in. He says, Joey C wouldn't send me the link last night. I am heartbroken.
That's tough.
Dude, Joey C is big time in Gonzo shitcock?
See, like, I don't know what that means. I know Gonzo Shitcock from the Howard Stern show. Is that the same guy?
It is, yeah.
Oh, Eric the Midget's friend.
Yeah, no, Gonzo, I've tried to get Gonzo on Point Dabble Point a bunch of times. We communicate on Twitter and stuff. He's always working.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that is the world famous Gonzo Shitcock watching our show right now. Anonymous $5 says, boob off, Hilaria versus Lucy Tightbox. Yes, this needs to happen.
Who are you taking?
It's going to come down to a split decision, I think.
You've got a terrific body.
It's not going to be an easy one. I'll tell you that. Maybe I'll put a poll out. Like Chad Zumock would.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
Queefer Tunicrotz Stutterland, 20 Mexican pesos, says, Lady K, did you see Blind Mike caning OJ to death? I sure did.
I don't know about that.
And rightfully so.
Got my thoughts out.
And rightfully so, I have to say. OJ deserved it.
Wow.
Duca1 with a $20 super sticker. Thank you, Duca1.
Yay, super chats.
We do appreciate that support. It keeps the show going. It keeps a smile on Mike's face. I'm always smiling, so you don't have to worry about that, obviously. Maybe I'll frown more if I get more super chats. The one pun, OJ died on the way back to his home planet. That's a Simpsons reference.
Well, Cardiff will be on this Sunday.
Oh, nice.
I think really let me have it.
Oh, good. So he's sticking up for his boy. OJ didn't want to come on himself.
I didn't invite OJ, but he's welcome to. I guess if he wants to.
But OJ, wait. So did you invite Cardiff, or did he
I invited Cardiff before this.
Okay.
Me and Cardiff are going to talk some Ojeda and Stuttering John stuff that we have.
Oh, that's exciting.
Cardiff supplied. So that was already planned, but I watched a little of him and Tukey, and it was very funny. So maybe he's going to give me the what of it, you know?
I love it. I'm excited about that. Cardiff on the Blind Mike Project this Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there, buddy.
Beautiful.
Let's head over. Speaking of YouTube, let's head over to YouTube.
I'll stop the show and watch YouTube.
This is exciting because this one came in from our friend Casey Day.
Oh, I know him.
He fills in for Blind Mike when Mike's not available from time to time on this very program.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Carl, good news. This is coming in just in time to promote this on Who Are These Socials?
I like that he circumvented me. I like that he circumvented me knowing I don't always love his videos.
Oh, well.
He's just gone directly to you now.
Well, there's for good reason, though. I think you'll find
good.
out
right.
why this makes sense more for me than you.
Hi, is this a good time? Well, I really hope it is because I want to tell you all about my brand new podcast, The Dylan Hour. It's a 1960s style cocktail hour talk show where I sip and I spill with many of my favorite people. There's going to be some oversharing, hand-holding. It's been in the works for like 2 years, and I cannot wait for y'all to finally listen. So grab your favorite beverage and tune in wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can just watch on YouTube. The first episode is out March 19th. Cheers and love ya. Woohoo! I got a podcast. Listen to the Dylan Hour. Actually, no, we have a theme song. It's the Dylan Hour. There we go. I don't even have to make up one. We wrote it this time. Okay. I love you. Okay, talk soon. Bye. Love you. What? Okay, bye.
That's right. Dylan Mulvaney.
That's right. That's what I thought it was.
The person who made Bud Light gay.
Yes. Well, that's very exciting. She should have Shane Gillis on as her first guest.
It's not Shane Gillis, unfortunately, but that would be fun. The two Bud Light spokespeople.
Yes.
Finally hashing it out.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, who is this person? Because the only thing I know them from is the Bud Light thing. Like, what do they do?
So Dylan Mulvaney was on The Price is Right. After the Bud Light fiasco, people dug back to see.
There has to be more to this. I'm listening.
Yeah. So before she transitioned,
yeah,
he was a gay, flamboyant gay guy trying to get famous and made a spectacle of himself on The Price is Right.
Okay.
And then since then, she put out a music video that was panned by everyone, regardless of being LGBTQ or anything. Everyone hated it. And it's just seems like a gay guy who's looking for anything they can do to get notoriety and to get fame.
Oh, you know what? Now I am outraged about the Bud Light thing.
Okay.
I thought she was like a celebrity or something.
Jesus Christ, Mike. It took me telling you this 2 years after the fact.
I thought you had like a big TikTok following.
I think that's possibly true. There is some type of social media influencer horseshit thing that's going on. But I think we're going to have to review this on WATP this Saturday.
It sounds worthy.
The first episode dropped yesterday, and I have Adam Bush and Anthony Cumia on the show, and I'm thinking we need to dissect Dylan Mulvaney.
It sounds interesting, although with my new liberal persona, I'm sure I would love it. I would drink this thing up.
Yeah, you might actually really enjoy the show. Like, I don't know why they're making fun of this.
This is just good, clean fun, right?
Yeah, it's just campy and
this is the future of comedy.
I like podcasts that are cute. I don't know about you. This is good stuff. I have to talk to you about King Cobra.
All right.
Of course, we've covered King Cobra many times on this show. He's a very famous internet personality. And Kay from St. Louis always sends me updates on King Cobra. I appreciate that, Kay. King Cobra's channel has just been nuked.
Yeah, so I'm curious what happened, because last week talked about him, it was just suspended.
What happened was King Cobra's trolls, as he says, were all creating sock accounts and then striking the channel.
Why? Why do people do this?
I don't know. And honestly, I have King Cobra's side on this.
Absolutely.
Because he explains just like, why are you fucking with my life? What's going on here? Like, who's this benefiting?
But even take that out of it. If you like making fun of him, you need him to have a YouTube channel. I don't get the logic of getting rid of it.
Right. So now he's got he's doing a little ban evasion thing. I don't want to out him, but he's at Josh Saunders 666 is his YouTube channel. So he's got another YouTube channel up there, and he's got 10,000 subscribers on there. He's doing videos. But this is the video of him talking about getting nuked.
We need to have a conversation, YouTube.
We sure do.
My YouTube trolls are creating fake accounts to mass flag my videos, which is very much against YouTube policy. Now, in my YouTube settings, I clicked the button that said my videos are almost always never family friendly.
Almost always never.
And I left it at that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a button. Almost always never family friendly. It's not a button. I'm a YouTuber myself, and I've not seen this.
I age restrict all the videos where I cuss and drink and smoke. I got 2 strikes on my YouTube channel. One was for declaring victory on my trolls when we finally got that damn subreddit taken down.
That sucks. So he's having his victory lap moment, and he gets a strike for that? Like, God damn it.
I gotta say, though, Josh, if you're listening, what's good for the goose is good for the gander here. The same logic I'm saying why your YouTube shouldn't get taken down.
Good point.
Don't get this subreddit getting taken. And like, you know, if there's violent threats or something crazy, but short of that, let them make funny on Reddit.
Good point. Well, this is more Cobes talking about his channel getting terminated.
I got banned for telling my trolls to suck my butt crack and farting on camera. My butt was fully covered. There was no nudity, no sexual content. YouTube's just being a little bitch about it, dude.
I'd love a politician to have to give this apology.
It's a story.
My butt crack was fully covered.
And you don't have to send me any money, but if you do, it's greatly appreciated. It is my birthday month after all.
Okay, well,
I'm turning 34 on March 26th.
Oh my God, this man's only 34. Oh no.
I say this is the month gearing up for his birthday. I say we got to celebrate the month after as well. It's kind of on the cusp there.
Mike, when he said birthday month, I was like, dude, I'm on your side. But
I know. The last video had it too, where he's been talking about this birthday month for a while. I think the last time we talked about him might have been in February when he was gearing up for the birthday month. So,
oh no.
Yeah.
All right. It's a whole birthday quarter. That's what we're talking about. January 1st starts. We're into my birthday quarter. All right. All right. So this is more talk about this channel termination. This is a bummer, by the way, for real.
Yeah, I don't like this.
The only thing the trolls win at is sucking my dick and my butt crack.
Okay, good point.
And fuck YouTube for banning my King Cobra JFS channel. I spent 8 years of my miserable autistic fucking life busting my ass, making shooting videos with Darth Lenny, making the grossest and randomest food hacks, drink combos.
Randomest, yep.
Just doing my thing on YouTube. And 8 years of being on as the King Cobra JFS channel down the drain, dude.
I feel like it's almost like he's being visited by the ghosts of Christmas past or something, like showing him all the greatest hits, all the things. This is your life moment. Remember when I got that pizza and I put Cheetos on it, guys? It's gone
the
forever
laughs
now.
we've had.
Yeah, right.
Do you have any idea how many subscribers his old channel had?
Yeah, it was close to 100,000, I think.
Yeah, like it's crazy to me that YouTube doesn't have some, like, they call you a YouTube partner, which I know is bullshit. But like, if you're putting that title on it, there should be some manner. Again, I'm not saying Josh is articulate enough to talk to someone at Google and be like, hey, let me lay out the facts here. Here's what happened. But like, he should have the chance to be like, hey, what the fuck? These are just people that hate me. They're going to keep doing it. Like, there should be some system in place where you can appeal this or argue.
It's odd that Kevin Brennan breaks the terms of service on every single episode. He does it on purpose.
Right.
He's like pushing YouTube to try to ban him. He got a 1-week suspension recently. But then guys like this, just because there's enough people creating sock accounts to report them, the algorithm just goes, yeah, it's supposed to be bad.
It should be people's jobs at YouTube. Like, that should be.
Yeah.
I think they just don't care about this type of creator anymore, because I think YouTube looks at it as a good thing. They're like, hey, we're trying to make deals with the NFL and shit. Like, we want licensing deals. The less of this stuff, the better. That's why you have all the new cursing rules on YouTube and all that stuff.
There's new cursing rules on YouTube? What do you mean?
Well, just in general, like, you can't curse in the first 5 minutes or you get demonetized.
That's been around for a while,
yeah. But like, it changes at seemingly at their leisure. Like, they don't, just willy-nilly. So like, I guess they don't care about accounts like this anymore, but that is what YouTube was founded on. It's a little bizarre.
Yeah, I agree. And they don't want to lose this. You don't want everyone watching King Cobra on Rumble or Kick.
Right. And then you're just become a cable station, I guess. If that's what you want to do, you know?
All right. Well, Josh addresses the trolls here.
The thing I want to ask my YouTube trolls is, who fucking hurt you? How sad is your fucking life if the only entertainment you get is going out of your fucking way to bully someone who has Asperger's? And I mean, really going out of their fucking way. It's like, who hurt you, dude? My trolls think they control the narrative. They don't control shit. They think my life is some scripted TV reality show, and they think that they control it. They don't control shit. I'm a real human being with real emotions. And because I put myself out there on the fucking internet, which takes bigger balls than any of you sad fucks have.
So, Mike, I think what I'm hearing here is, like, you and I, we look at King Cobra and we just think, this is just an amazing internet star.
Sure.
King Cobra. Like, wow, this guy, he's got everything going on. He doesn't have to work a day. He's got it all figured out. But then he comes out and reminds us he's just a guy with feelings.
Yeah, if I had one note for Josh, it would be maybe hit the autism thing a little less. You know?
He's
we
got
all
Asperger's.
We
Mike.
know you're a little off. let us say that.
No one's shocked by that. Do you guys know that I have a disorder? Yeah.
Just a guy with autism. Don't know if you remember. It's like, yeah, no, we know you're a little off.
He's got a good line coming up here. Oh, he's upset
I
though.
want to make one of my prosciutto sandwiches, and then when I digest it, I want to poop it into my trolls' mouths.
Very specific about shitting in their mouths.
That's a
Tell
good
them to eat
friendly
shit.
rivalry to have.
Yeah, no, I thought that was fun. That's why he's a star right there.
Absolutely.
It's not all just a pity party. He also has some good jabs.
Sure, yeah.
Of course, we really were covering King Cobra when he had his girlfriend, Jessica.
Yeah.
That was the peak, I think, when they were making out with each other and just being super gross.
Yeah, it was true love, or so it seemed.
It seemed. She loved bombed him and didn't last very long. And he's talking about Jessica still to this day.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard about what Jessica said about me. Fuck her. I'm ignoring her. I don't care what she says, as long as she ain't threatening my life. Because why does that matter? She threatened to shoot me on YouTube and revenge porn me and didn't get arrested. Typical female privilege.
Aw,
I didn't say that out loud.
can't catch a break.
Fuck Jessica Boyle. She's the absolute fucking worst.
Well, I'm glad you're taking the high road.
Nice.
Good job, Josh.
Hey, it's only been a year, damn it.
I'm not going to talk about that bitch whose vagina stinks. That's the one person I won't be talking about on here.
It's only been a calendar year. Can't you let the man grieve his own way?
He actually does a Jessica impression.
Oh.
That's pretty fun. We all know who
Sure, it's
Jessica sounds
complimentary.
like.
I'm washing my face.
Spot on, as I recall.
Am I watching Jessica? What's going on here? It's great. Now, you know Cyrax.
I do.
We've played him a little bit on the show. He crapped his pants not too long ago. We played that clip. And he's another one of these guys who's not doing well mentally, but streaming as often as he can.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that Cyrax might be encroaching or trying to move in on King Cobra's ex.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a sitcom crossover.
He addresses that here.
What the hell?
You want to see what stalking really looks like? Fucking look at my ex-girlfriend, Jessica Boyle. Hey, if Cyrax wants to fuck Jessica Boyle, you have fun with that, you sick bastard. Jessica Boyle acts like an overgrown child anyways, so he'll be into that. It's my ex-girlfriend, you sick bastard. Fuck Cyrax and fuck Jessica Boyle, dude. You people are disgusting.
Whoa. Shots fired at Cyrax.
That is, worlds are really intermingling. What if we're watching Jessica's stream one night and we hear, I brought the Michelobes, Jess.
Senator John shows up. FK Mammy is out of the picture. I'm now with Jessica. Well, check this out. Let's head over to Jessica's stream to see what she's saying.
Oh, no.
About all of this. Like, what is going on here with Cyrax now?
I'd still pick Josh.
Ooh. How do I, Josh?
If Josh looked how he looked when I, right now he looks sad.
All right, so
well, sure, yeah, he was an Adonis back then.
I have to tell you, the visual on this is outstanding because she has never looked worse and she never looked good. She looks absolutely dreadful, and for her to go on and be like, I mean, if Josh was still hot, I'd fuck him, but he's kind of lost it.
Yes, if he was still hot.
By the way, Josh was exactly the same as he did.
I'm sure
when they were dating, but
hasn't aged a day.
No, definitely not.
I like how people picked on me when I was literally crying about him earlier. And yes, did I congratulate fucking Cyrax for getting his little YouTube thing? Yeah, because Josh.
Oh, she's flirting with Cyrax. This is what's going on. She's congratulating him for getting his whatever YouTube membership placard.
I think that's all to make Josh jealous, if I'm being honest.
It might be, and it might be working too.
Cyrax for getting his little YouTube thing. Yeah, because Josh acts like it's not a big deal. And I'm like, but it is a big deal.
All right. So Josh is trying to play this thing off. Oh, Cyrus is 100,000 or whatever it is. Who cares? Jessica's going, I think that's hot. That's what I like in a guy.
If my girlfriend ever left me for someone because they have more YouTube followers than me,
then your name might be Aaron Imholtz.
oh, I forgot that happened.
Yes. If your wife leaves you for a law tuber,
I forgot that happened to real members of society, like human beings.
You might be Aaron Imholtz. I'm going to start a whole new stand-up thing. If you beg for money every day and then act like you have a professional show and everyone else sucks, you might be Aaron Imholtz.
If you've tasted another man's cum, and the crowd yells,
you might be Aaron Imholtz.
You might be Aaron Imholtz. Thank you, folks.
This is crazy right here. Jessica is taking full credit for King Cobra's success. This is wild right here.
Yeah.
But he's the one telling, oh, I don't give I'm like, how do you not give a shit? You literally would not have hit 100K if it wasn't for me. So Josh would have never even made anything if it wasn't for me. But then he's like, no, I don't care about it. It's like, okay, if you don't care about it, why do you have that one plaque from fucking YouTube?
Right.
Why do you have that one plaque from YouTube in a fucking frame if you don't care?
Right.
And you people are fucking hurt. And I'm still the one caring and crying about Josh when I literally shouldn't.
Right.
I should be celebrating it. Go fuck yourselves.
Can you believe this? She's trying to take credit for King Cobra. King Cobra has been around for a very long time.
The theme of the day is ungrateful whores. I don't know how good they have it.
Whether it's Alec Baldwin's wife or
Jess, they don't the glitz and glamour. They love it, but they don't appreciate it.
All right, Mike, I have one more clip on here from King Cobra. And I know that we're all down. We're all upset that he lost his main channel. That sucks. But it's not going to stop him from this big announcement. And I'm excited about this.
I have a meme coin. I'll be dropping blah.
Damn it.
I have a meme coin. I'll be dropping called the Cobra coin here in a couple days.
Yes! Let's go! What could go wrong? I'm getting my Cobra coin. Let's invest in this, Mike. Let's put all the money. Guys, super chat the show. Super tip the show. Supertip.gg/WATP. We're going to put all of that money into Cobra coin. Fine. We're reinvesting.
Fine, but I'm not putting any more than 35,000 into it.
All right. That's
my max.
That's my limit as well. So I think we'll be fine with that. Oh, boy. Well,
why are you doing this job? Well, I've seen that it's worked for nobody. So
yes, yeah, it only gets people to hate the person who did it.
Yeah.
So what can go wrong? All right, since we're on YouTube, we got to talk about Chile DeCastro, delete Lawz. You sent me over a video.
I'm sure. Yes, it was very confusing, but I really like that. It seems like Chile is back. He's been a limp-dicked sourpuss for God knows how many months now. Oh, I'm afraid that they're going to arrest me again. I wanted the fire back in Chile. And it seems like we've got it. So do you remember when he was auditing buildings like a year ago?
Yeah. So he would go into like the precinct, the police precinct.
Or even once, I think he was just like at the library.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's what he's doing now. There's no other real context in this video aside from that. But there is a woman whose daughter seems to be dealing with a legal issue.
Right.
And she recognizes Chile and says, hey, love your channel, love what you're doing. Like, I'd love to be in your video. But then Chile, as he so often does, really takes advantage of that and gets on her last nerve. So he keeps cutting back to her original like interjet where she's like, hey, I know you. And he's like, see, that's proof that I could do whatever I wanted to this woman. And she sees it differently, I think.
Sir,
Yeah.
can we be a respectful conversation?
Oh, you want to have a respectful conversation? Sure.
If you can.
Go ahead.
Take me off camera.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
have rights to, just like you do. I support everything you're doing, but this situation is very, very sensitive to my family.
Oh, you got secrets you're telling over here with the copper? I can go away so that they don't hear your secrets. I don't want to
It's not
mess up.
secrets, it's personal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just your stuff is your stuff. Yeah,
The fucking music Betty puts in underneath the shit is so unwarranted.
Yeah, and if you're wondering what context we dropped, I gave it to you. There's no more.
Right.
There's nothing, at least according to his video.
That's
there's
all it
no
says.
reason he's being a dick to her right out of the gate. Where
But
she's
doesn't
like,
it
"Hey,
sound like we're listening to the final showdown of the Marvel superheroes?
Yeah.
It's just like he's just arguing with a rando in a building.
yes." It sounds like he's taking down the attorney general. Finally, like he's gotten to the top.
Right.
But there's no reason for him to be like, "Oh, you got little secrets." It's like all we've seen is her be like, "Hey, could we just talk? Person to person."
Yeah.
here?"
Could you turn off the camera? I'm actually having a conversation with my daughter.
Yeah.
We're at the police precinct there. We got some shit we're dealing with. He's like, "Oh, you got a problem with this?"
Oh, you don't want that
That's what I'm saying.
broadcast?
Yeah, right. What's your issue, lady?
That's what I'm saying. Just your stuff is your stuff. Yeah,
It's my daughter's stuff.
Let me walk away from you so you can have your
No,
moment.
I'm asking you if you can stop filming while we're being asked personal questions. Because you're walking around here filming and you're not being very respectful. Get me off of your camera.
Well, you're starting to kind of melt down on me, and
Because you're not being respectful. Even your terminology when you're saying what you just said, secret, sir. Something happened
Well,
to
your
my
fa- your own-
13-year-old
your own
daughter.
personal-
Take your camera and go outside for about 10 minutes and show her some privacy. Then come back in here and continue everything you're doing. Because everything you're doing, you have the right to do, but my daughter deserves rights too.
Okay, so that seems reasonable, right?
Sure. But he's like, well, remember when you said I was allowed to film? That lasts forever.
Right.
I was on home base when you said that.
She's
So
like,
that means-
no. She's like, I know. I know you have the right to film. We're in a public place.
Right.
I'm asking, could you please be like a cool guy?
This guy's entire life is technicality, where he's like, well,
Right.
technically, according to this amendment, it's like, I know, man, but how about you just be a guy?
Right.
know?
You just be a
How
doll
about
for me and just go the fuck away just while I'm dealing with this thing. And of course, Chile doesn't do that. He does the opposite. And then he's surprised when people don't respond well.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's crazy how this works.
Too.
Let's not yell at each other.
And please show my daughter some respect and take your camera outside before I go to jail for breaking your camera.
What? You're gonna break my camera?
Excuse me, you're allowing this.
Whoa.
You're allowing
I'm willing to walk. I'm willing to walk.
You're allowing it.
Whoa, did you guys anticipate this? I did not. I'm willing to walk away.
But you're not though, because you're still standing there using stupid words like secrets when it involves a 13-year-old child.
And now, I don't know whose side I'm on in this, I'll be honest with you.
I know.
But it's one of these things where it's just like, I asked you to walk away and you're still standing there. You know what you're doing.
She may well also be irrational and
Yes.
crazy for all we know. But I'm looking at it from the perspective we know Chile's angle. We know what he wants to show, and that's that the cops are evil monsters that put you in torture cuffs and abuse and harass you. What he's showing, unknowingly, it seems, is like, hey, aren't there some batshit crazy people that the cops have to deal with? That maybe sometimes they should use force to get what they want out of a situation, because the person's being
himself.
crazy. Yes. Yeah.
He's also harassing. By the way, I should mention the title of this video has in it, Henderson, Nevada cops get owned.
Right. I don't get it. I don't get
It's
what
like
was owned.
it's like the whole point of this video, but it starts with this nonsense.
Okay.
Get the fucking camera out of my fucking face now!
Wow.
Now!
Sure. Oh, okay. I'm over here.
Now! Do you not have
I'm over here.
children?
I'm running from
Do
you,
you
lady.
not have children?
Ah! I'm scared right
You're
now.
not helping society, dude.
I'm scared right now. I'm getting away
Get
from
the
you.
fuck out of here with your fucking camera. She's 13.
Whoa, it was
Now!
it was a switch, wasn't it? That was a switch. Went from like know your rights to I'm willing to go over here. I'm willing to stay away from you.
He's got his camera too. You were asked.
Okay.
You have no respect for children. You have no respect for women.
What are the chances that as he doesn't do what she asks him to do, that things would escalate. She'd get more and more upset about it.
He may as well look at the camera and go, boy, the cops deal with some real wackos, huh, gang?
What a bitch, am I right? You guys checking out this thing? Oh,
wish I had a baton and some handcuffs on me.
Yeah, I wish I could put some torture cuffs on this broad. Am I right, people? All right. So this continues for a while, and now he's dealing with the police officers who are there.
This is where they get owned, I believe.
Yes, apparently, yes, because now the cops are coming over and being like, all right, man, can you just be a dude? But I have to say, we watch a lot of these videos where the police are forced to address Chile.
Yeah.
And it's often the same thing, like, listen, man, I get it, but can you just like help me out? Can you just like fucking be a cool guy for a second? Just
I've had friends like this over the years where I've always thought, like, why would you want the reaction to be, okay, you've wore me down. Like
Right.
you've bickered with me enough that I'm like, fine, man, whatever you want. Why would you want that? Wouldn't it be where it's like, hey, I'll compromise a little, you compromise a little, we get to a good place. Why would it be that you win this argument because I'm just tired of dealing with you?
Did you guys see me win that conversation?
Exactly.
This is Chile versus the police.
Okay. And what I do is, if you violate my rights, and I don't want to do it, I'm really busy.
Rights, buddy.
I know.
That ain't my first rodeo.
Right, but the thing is your name goes on the civil rights lawsuit, and it takes me so much time. I'm so bogged down in lawsuits. I'm so bogged down. I'm literally begging you, please don't make me sue you. Just respect my rights. Get the woman to calm down.
Is he back to bragging about lawsuits again?
I don't want to have to do it, man.
Shit.
I've got so much on my plate.
He's never won one of these lawsuits. And I want to remind everyone, we saw what happened in the court proceedings for his criminal case. He can't afford a competent attorney. His attorney was so bad.
He's his own attorney. He's a constitutional law scholar.
Right, yes, right.
But here's the thing. If this jackboot thug pig makes him file another lawsuit, that could be the one he wins, and he doesn't want that to happen.
That doesn't make any sense.
I have a First Amendment right to be pressed in this public building, and I have not disturbed the peace. So I need you to uphold my rights, sir. That's what I need. Please don't walk behind me. I don't want a bunch of cops surrounding me here. No. See,
this is really interesting. So he's addressing a couple of different officers, and one of them was like walking, and he goes, "Don't get behind me." We watched a video just recently where the police officer said the same thing to him, and he ignored that. The officer was like pulling over a car. He's like, "Sir, you can't. Don't be behind me. I don't want you to be behind me." Right. He's just like, "I can do it. I can do whatever I want."
This is the most, unless he reposted an old video, because this is just from a few days ago.
Yeah.
So unless this is something old that he had, that he like re-edited and posted.
He's back, baby!
He's back. And
Yeah.
I hope he realizes something. Most of his videos where he's like, Mr. Officer, sir, may I have a few words with you, please?
Yeah.
Those all have like 4,000 to 7,000 views. Whereas the videos like this, where there's some crazy bitch yelling at him, and he's like, "Don't make me sue you, motherfucker." This had like 60,000 views.
52,000 views on it, yes. Yeah. And 637 comments. People are enjoying this.
This is what people want, Chili.
And now he's got his catchphrases back, which I'm excited about, because some of these insults are actually, I'm going to give them credit. I think they're pretty good.
Oh, good.
I think they should catch on, honestly.
if you come at me aggressively and arrest me for using my First Amendment protected activity, I will frickin' sue you, and you're going to waste my time because nothing will happen to you. But I'll still frickin' sue you so your name goes on a civil rights lawsuit. Do you ever come at me that way again? Learn your rights. I'm done with you guys. You're dismissed. I gotta calm down. You didn't say you're sorry. Say you're sorry and I'll calm down. Say you're sorry.
This is the biggest pussy move. When you demand an apology.
And when you do the tough guy thing where you're like, you're dismissed, and they just stand there like, we have to be here.
Yeah, this is where I work, sir.
You
can actually leave whenever you want. I have a shift that I'm doing. But,
It's a funny line to go, you're dismissed. But then it's
Sure.
like, then he has to stand there sheepishly.
Yeah. And demanding apologies, demanding satisfaction, as my buddy Trucker Andy would say.
Yeah.
Just say you're sorry.
Stop approaching me.
Oh, eat my shorts, buddy. I got 800.
Holy shit.
You're
Bart
right.
Simpson
That does have stank, as well as cowabunga, I think.
I know. It's parts of the 1991. Eat my shorts, buddy. Whoa, I didn't realize you were this upset, sir. I apologize.
When Chile gets arrested, don't. That's mine. You can't use that.
I'm a professional journalist. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I'm not swinging at you. I'm allowed to be upset and redress you.
Yeah, you are.
And I have not. You need to say you're sorry. Apologize.
Where is that in the Constitution? The police officer has to apologize to you.
No givesies backsies.
Yeah, this guy's talking about all his credentials. Listen, I'm a law scholar. I'm this, I'm that. And you need to apologize. The cop's like, what? I went to basic training. I don't remember that part.
Then eat my shorts. You are scum because you came at me like that and you didn't uphold my rights. Okay. I was more than willing to walk away from that woman. I offered her to walk away calmly. And now instead you guys have my dander up because you don't know what my freaking rights are.
What do you mean we don't know your rights?
What are the first 5 freedoms of the First Amendment?
Oh, shit. I didn't know this would be a pop quiz today. Fuck. I would have studied this. 5, you say. All right. Well, let's see. Press.
I like that the reaction, like he's always so passionate, and then the guy he's talking to is always like, I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Why are you so angry?
Yeah.
All right, we're done talking, dude.
Of course, because you can't list them. Because you can't list them. No, it just showed you're a dunce cap. It just showed you're a dunce cap.
I have to admit, I think dunce cap, I wish that would catch on. That's a funny insult. Right?
He kind of gets him there, too. You know, I bet this guy probably didn't know.
Well, I like dunce cap better than gen pop. So if I'm bringing insults coming from our favorite locals on social media, I'm putting Chile DeCastro above John Sarasani.
I would buy a dunce cap shirt before.
Thank you.
Gen Pop.
I was thinking the same thing because John Sarasani's trying to sell the Gen Pop shirts and hats and shit. I'm like, Gen Pop's not doing it, man. It's not for me. But if it was just like, you're a fucking dunce cap and I showed a picture of a cop or something, I'd be like,
that's not bad.
I'd wear that if I was taking an Uber. If I knew I was going to be Ubering it that night.
Yeah.
You can't list them because you can't list them. No, it just showed you're a dunce cap. It just showed you're a dunce cap. You're the dog and pony show. Look how you're dressed.
If you want to sit here and record.
No, look at you. Look, take a look at yourself. You're the enemy of the people.
Okay, you want to stand here and record.
I will stand here and record. You're dismissed. Walk of shame, boys. Take off. Thanks so much for your time.
Dismiss them again.
Yeah, he tried that line already, but
yeah, I know.
But it's good to see he's back, and maybe he realizes he has no chance at governor next term.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about that. He's not running for governor anymore.
He hasn't talked much about it, but I haven't checked in on him as much.
He also wasn't sure which state he was going to run for governor.
Well, he narrowed it down to 7 or 8.
Right. Alaska, the smallest state, the largest states.
Yeah, a fifth of the country.
Yeah, right. He wasn't sure yet. Oh my gosh, I've been checking out Gavin Newsom's new podcast.
How is it?
For research only, of course.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's so embarrassing because Gavin's trying to seem like just a normal person. He's trying to humanize himself for his.
I bet he's a regular guy, yeah.
For his big run in the 2028 presidential election, this is part of his strategy, and it's so transparent, so obvious.
Tim Dillon was begging for them to invite him on, which I hope they do.
Oh God, that'd be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Because I watched Michael Savage on that show, and Michael Savage, I don't know, it was all right, but Tim Dillon would be so much better on that show.
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot of things said that Gavin Newsom didn't even realize were insults.
That would be fun.
Is he still doing the one with Marshawn Lynch, though? That's the one that baffles me even more.
Who's doing a show with Marshawn Lynch?
Aside from so everyone talked about Gavin Newsom doing this podcast, but not many people discussed. Like months ago, he launched. It's him, some other guy who I assume is the host, and Marshawn Lynch, and it was called Politicking, I think was the name of it.
Marshawn Lynch should not be a host of any show ever. The guy is terrible at talking. He would go to press conferences and repeat over and over again, I'm just here so I don't get
He's known
fined.
for not speaking.
Yes.
Specifically, yeah.
Right. That's like his mantra to not talk.
Yeah, it was. I'm sad to say I haven't caught too many episodes, but I'm sure it's very good.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Super chat now. God's gonna read a super chat.
I definitely will. Thank you for supporting the show. Of course, supertip.gg/WATP is where you can go to participate in the show like Vito's Cradle is doing here.
Hey, I take great umbrage with these accusations. I did more than just taste his cum.
It's a good point.
Sure. Yeah.
Where it's like it was nothing. That's a big deal to laugh
It's
up
the signature bit. You've done a lot more.
Laughing up
That's what
someone's
people know.
jism. That's a big move right there.
Yeah.
It tells you he's trying. He's trying to make something of himself.
The get her done of Aaron's act.
D Vogel $20 says, this is D Bernstein's fourth or fifth suspension for something he did on social media going back at least to 2015 when he said on Twitter that the local weather girl was fucking one of the Chicago Blackhawks, a supreme asshole.
Yeah, he's a bit of a hothead, it seems.
Why would they just tell him you can't be on social media?
Right.
If I owned a media company, I'd be like, listen, Dan, you're good on the air. We like you. We like that you're a lightning rod. It gets people talking and stuff, but you just can't tweet anymore.
We'll just have a producer tweet videos from your account.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be. Why would you want something like that?
I don't know.
Thank you, D Vogel, for the $20. Appreciate it. Milton, $7 says, Jessica looks like Margot Kidder in the era when she was stalking Richard Pryor. Oh, no.
That's nice, I suppose.
It's very mean to Margot Kidder.
Yeah.
Jessica looks terrible. Pool Scam Sam says, Chili Imholt is doing great. Two different people. Noel Harding, I'm so late. Sorry, I was watching Mike guzzle down Bill Burr.
Yes, people were not pleased with my take. What my favorite was, some guy goes, a real comment I got. I don't know how long he's been listening to the show or anything, but me and Craig, I thought had a mild disagreement at most.
Well, it kept happening over and over again, the same disagreement.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, we talked about this, guys, but all right.
But someone commented, damn, I guess I'm gonna have to bail on Mike after this.
Oh no!
You're just never gonna listen to the show again?
I don't agree with your take on Bill Burr, so I'm out.
There's so many better reasons to never listen to my show again.
That's true.
But yeah, people were not did not agree with my stance on that.
Yeah, Bill Burr's a weirdo. Rocco Orby 2002 $5 says, Chili sounds like Serena Williams that one time she yelled at a tennis umpire. He does have that kind of energy.
Oh, I don't know if I know the reference well enough.
Oh my gosh, she lost her mind. I think it was that match where that Asian girl won and she was crying while she was being celebrated as the winner of the tournament. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't. You really know your tennis.
I remember that for some reason. I don't know my tennis. You know what I do know is TikTok.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
We have some Baylen Dupree news that we need to get to.
I fucked your mom. You're done. You're done. Uppercut, chicken and crackers. Want it up? I'm gonna need you to put the ranch down.
What's going on with Baylen, you ask?
Oh my god, wait, oh my god.
Hey, Baylen, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I got an urgent call from TLC, and they wanted me to share something very important.
Learn something, bitch.
Season 2 of Baylen Out Loud is officially confirmed.
No, really?
Very believable.
Oh my god, wait, oh my god. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Yeah.
There must be nothing on television.
Baylen was given a season 2 of Baylen Out Loud. I am shocked by this, I have to say. Now, Mike, I have finished the entire first season. I've watched every episode.
It's over already?
It is. And it was quick. I think it was 9 episodes. And the way it ended is so annoying. Her boyfriend, now fiance, Colin, is such a dork.
Why?
So he decides he's going to propose to Baylen. He goes and asks her parents, and her dad's just like, I don't know, man. If she says yes, then I guess. It's a really weird thing.
Okay.
And so he decides this proposal has to be this perfect moment.
Sure.
And she wanted to be proposed to on the beach. So he has this surprise journey to the beach with his parents, and she's there with her family, and he's going to surprise her and propose to her. But then the weather's not good. So they have to move it indoors. He's got all these party planners that are there, and they have flower petals out everywhere, and this big area. It's basically a wedding. Just for him to propose to Baylen, he put tens of thousands of dollars into this. The ring is ridiculous. And again, you don't marry for titties. I get it. I get it. You're not going to get bigger titties than that. The fun bags are on point, but that's not a woman you marry, Colin.
I'm sure she's very charming in person. I'm sure that never gets old. You know,
it gets so old. I'm just watching the show. I'm like, shut up.
It's funny you said. I thought, because sometimes they renew shows before the season is over, so I just thought it was like a mid-season. They were like, "Hey, we like the results. We're going to renew it," even before the finale. I didn't realize it was over already. We watched the premiere. It seems like a month ago.
I know, and it ends with such a dud because everything is just like, is Colin going to have to move away or not? And it's like, no, I don't. Okay.
Oh, good.
And then they're like, Colin's going to propose. Is he going to do it right or not? Yeah, he did. She said yes.
I will say, as a fan of the Baldwins, at least they have that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what the end of the Baldwins is going to be.
What could it be?
All our kids are still alive.
I know.
What's the draw for next season?
I don't know, man. I admire you for watching that show. It's bad.
Well, it
Baylen's
helps
show.
me draw out Quincy a little longer.
I understand.
Yeah.
Baylen's show's bad too, but I watch it just because I discovered her.
Sure, I understand. That's your protege.
I kid. This one came in from Hebrew Hammer in our Discord server.
Why is the internet not working?
The same reason you're not working.
Did you turn off the internet?
Maybe.
Turn it back on now!
No.
Turn back on the freaking internet!
No.
Mom!
No.
You better turn back on that freaking internet right now!
Who said you better?
Locking the door.
Open up!
No.
I was just about to start a new game! My friends are wondering where I went!
Oh, I'm sure.
You already embarrassed the crap out of me. Now you're gonna pull me away from Call of Duty. Open this damn door up.
Oh, you said a no word.
I'm an adult. I
Yeah.
can say what I want. Let me in this house.
Okay, so shit, what did I just do? I clicked the wrong thing. I just went away from the video. So what you're hearing right now is obviously a guy living with his mom freaking out about the mom turning off the internet. And as a tale we've all heard before, these kids are addicted to the internet and playing video games with their friends and stuff, and they get upset when they're not allowed to. Well, no, I mean it's an adult.
Okay, all right.
Who's still living with his mom.
Yeah.
But what you're about to see here is wild.
You said a no word.
I'm an adult. I
Yeah.
can say what I want.
So she's locked the door for him to get in. He really needs that internet turned back on.
You're gonna break that door now.
He just
Here's
broke.
William.
He just broke through the door,
Just through my door. You're gonna fix that.
and now he's got an axe. And he's putting an axe in the door. He just smashed through the entire door and got in.
I told you to turn it back on.
Oh my gosh.
I told you so.
Oh
It's real.
my gosh. What are you doing?
I think it is.
Oh no, you're not. No, you're gonna clean this up and buy me a door, and I'm gonna add that to the rent. Oh my gosh. Hey. That's it.
Why is the
Yeah, so that's it's called When Gentle Parenting Goes Wrong.
I ebbed and flowed throughout that, whether or not I believed it. And then when he got the axe, I was like, maybe it means business.
I know. I was like, okay, this is gonna be like a guy freaking out about not being able to play Call of Duty. And then when he smashed through the door, I was like, oh, that's funny. That's pretty crazy right there. That's addiction, man. That's
It
what'll
certainly
happen.
is. And that's the thing is, like, even if that's fake, I'm sure like that's happening a lot.
Yes.
Like, just kids that were raised on that shit.
Yes.
And then we just see that and we're like, I know it's crazy, right? And just keep doing the same shit.
We've talked about Keenan Bank on this show.
Yeah.
Keenan Bank is this guy in Canada who tries to make these videos that are showing how giving and caring strangers can be and how amazing that is. And it's always heartwarming with sentimental music playing in the background. And I apologize. A guy sent me a video where it was like one of Keenan Bank's first things. I got to play it on this show. But he finds this kid who's a big Connor McDavid fan in Edmonton. Nice. And he can't afford to go to the games. So the guy goes, and this is Keenan Bank. And you can actually see Keenan Bank. There's a film crew filming this. And he says, you know what? How about I give you this jersey? And he gives him a signed Connor McDavid jersey. And he goes, oh, wow, that's amazing. And he goes, you know what? You better wear that tonight because you're going to the game.
Oh, my God.
And now he's got him tickets to the game. And then he gets to meet Connor McDavid, and Connor McDavid hangs out with them. It's like this whole thing. It must be what inspired his series.
But that's something.
Right. That's an actual real thing.
That's not what if I gave you 45 cents? Would that change your life?
So there's a bunch of guys now who are clowning Keenan Bank and people like him. And Ivana C. the Boat Movie posted this video in our Discord. And I thought this was fun.
My blood sugar is low. Okay. My blood sugar is low. I really need like a sugary beverage or something.
Yeah, go ahead and grab whatever you like.
Oh, okay.
Just feel better.
Actually, I left my wallet at home. Is there anything you can do for me?
It's on the house. Don't worry about it. Just feel better.
You're helping me out?
Yes.
Why did you decide to help me today?
You look like you have a camera. You look like you're a YouTuber. I think I just hit the jackpot. You're just about to give me $1,000.
No, man. Listen,
yes,
you can't really say that I'm going to give you $1,000. You have to say something about being kind, man. Don't mention the camera.
I am kind. That's why I'm charging you only $1,000.
Let's make it 20. Will you do it for 20?
No, 980.
980. God damn it. Fine. Why did you decide to help me today?
Because I believe in kindness and believe in others.
Wow, that's amazing. Because you were kind to me, I'm actually going to give you $100.
Thank you. Wow, this is so unexpected.
My blood sugar.
All right, so everyone's onto this shit. Everyone's making fun of that.
I wonder if that's a direct Keenan parody because he uses the blood sugar thing.
Yep, it definitely is. Yeah, so that is from at Brad_Padre.
Well, very nicely done, Brad.
Yes, I appreciate that. Someone from the 248 area code sent a text to the show. Whoa. If you go to whoarethese.com, that's where you find our phone number for voicemails. You can also text the show through that. And he sent me this link. And he says, nothing but positive vibes. I wonder how many ladies were beating down the door of this gem of a man.
Okay.
I don't know why it's muted for some reason. Give me 1 second. This is a man whose complexion is not great. This is on the Reddit that is the subreddit TikTok cringe.
All right.
It's called.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, this is Reaper, and I am back with another announcement. All right, all you bitches, all you females, all you women, if you are coming to my page looking for a relationship, go fuck yourself. Because I am not leaving my video games for no bitch. I'm sorry. Video games are my priority. Women are nothing but cancer and a total disgrace to this fucking society.
Dude, I feel this guy. I so relate to this. Bitch is always trying to get in a relationship, and I'm like, I'm just doing my thing over here.
Sure,
right?
Absolutely.
It's too much.
I'm sorry, but you girls are not of interest to me. I don't know how many times I can say that without actually going blue in the face, but I'm being factual. So please, go fuck yourself. Find another man to bother. Do not be bothering men at fucking 4, 3, 2 a.m. in the fucking morning. We actual normal people are actually fucking sleeping.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a hot bitch being like, you up? And it's like, God damn it.
Oh, God. Can I get any rest?
Yeah, I was playing Call of Duty all day today, and now you want to come over? It's too much.
And I know that's probably why you're so attracted to me, but...
on this video, it says, women can pound sand.
Please go fuck yourself. Video games for life.
Video games for life, buddy.
Damn sure. We got to introduce Cobra to this guy. He's living the right way.
He's got it all figured out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're on TikTok. You know who else is on TikTok, right?
I do.
Sitting in my mobile coffee shop, making videos about my transvestite children for TikTok.
Of course, we're talking about Daniel Alexander, a man that we refer to as Woke Dad on this show.
Yep.
He's the greatest. I mean, he's Jesus-like.
Oh, in many ways.
Yeah. He's,
Yeah.
Someday there'll be a religion that forms around him, probably 100 years from now, where disciples will say, I learned about how to live life the right way from watching Dan's TikTok videos.
And we will reach true utopia.
Yes,
because he has such a peaceful message.
Because it's all about love and caring and prosperity, which is great.
Yeah. And original ideas that other people haven't thought of. No one's thought like, hey, just be nice to each other. That's profound.
No one's ever thought of that before. And so Mike is on this beat. He finds these videos. And this one, I didn't think it would come to this. I'll be honest with you. He brags about a lot of things. He brags about his ceramics. He brags about his kids. He brags about his ability as a father, his art
Every
studio.
once in a while, he has to remind us how much of a man he is.
That's right.
He is all man and all hetero.
Cis, baby. He's so fucking cis and hetero. Watch out.
What an interestingly odd statement. I'm a feminist.
Okay, so the comment he's responding to is feminist equals penis envy. Surprised you don't have green hair and a nose ring.
He's gonna obviously that's something like some people would just slough off.
What an interesting.
I'm sorry, this thing was sputtering. What'd you say?
You might just slough that off as a who gives a fuck comment. This commenter probably has never even seen Daniel's penis.
You would think, right? Yeah, no.
Really odd statement. I'm a feminist, and I definitely don't have penis envy. I mean, I've got one of my own, and I'm not worried about what other dudes have in their pants. That's just freaking weird.
Hold on.
It's kind of your whole thing.
That's kind of his whole thing. What other people have in their pants, he's worried about legislation around that.
What his life is based on.
It's his life is based on what you're packing in your pants and how you identify based on what you're packing in your pants.
Right. It's actually of the utmost importance how you identify. And
that'd be weird if I cared about that.
Imagine if I had a cock and thought I was a lady and that was my entire...
Yeah, right, yeah. That'd be weird, right?
I cannot relate. My partner certainly doesn't complain, but that's probably because I know what the female anatomy looks like. I know what parts and pieces make her squirm because I'm a feminist. Funny how that works. What an interesting...
What do they call him? G-Spot McGee over here?
I know what gets her to come.
Yeah, good for you, Dad. I love that he goes, hey, guys, you can talk about my penis, but my girlfriend isn't complaining. Well, not to you. Ask her girlfriends. Right. That's how you find out. She's not going to tell you anything about it.
That just as the last 3 wives that have left me.
Right.
They all seem perfectly satisfied as well. But this is what it all boils down to at the end of the day. When Daniel doesn't realize, he's like, hey, whatever you identify as is cool. It's like, there's something in men who were born men that no matter how progressive you are, no matter how open-minded you are, and everyone's equal, and I expect joy, kindness, all that happy horse shit. If someone insults you, you go right to, yeah, well, I fuck my wife really well.
I can't believe he's bragging about his dick. Has he jumped the shark? This is not on brand for this guy.
I love when he gets hetero on us. Like, hey, listen, every human being is equal, and I don't even look at gender, and we're all fluid. But I gave my wife a good stuffing last night, and was she squirming around? That bitch was moaning. The neighbors could hear it.
If I could play you the noises that were coming out of her mouth, you wouldn't believe it was a human. You would think it was a wild animal when I was making this woman yell.
I own 2 things, a mobile coffee shop and that pussy.
It's so weird. But we love you, Dan. That's great.
And an art studio. Sorry, 3 things.
This one, I actually watched this video. I went on Drew's show this week, and I always check in on some Woke Dad because Drew Lane loves Woke Dad.
Yes.
And I watched this video, and I went, I don't want to bring this to Drew's show, but I'm glad that you brought this
okay.
to our show because there's a pile-on going on. I don't know how close you're following politics, but Chuck Schumer had this opportunity to not vote.
No, I know nothing about this. I thought it was totally random.
No. He had this opportunity to not vote with the Republicans and have a government shutdown because the Republicans had this bill that was going to keep funding the government. And everyone thought, like, here's an opportunity to shut the government down and show that Trump bad and all this stuff. And Chuck Schumer was going to do it. And then he decided, no, I'm going to.
I was like, holy shit, is he criticizing a Democrat? What the hell happened?
Yeah, I know. So people were like mad at Chuck Schumer. Democrats are mad at Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden Dan's like, funny you guys don't like Chuck Schumer. I got a little story.
What are the chances?
To tell you about that.
I have only ever had one real life interaction with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, and it did not put a good taste in my mouth. I was pretty off put by it.
My wife put in my mouth last night when I was fucking her.
Hey, I wish that he would tie that into every video from now on.
I don't want to tell you what she was gagging on.
Hey guys, you wouldn't want to smell my dick right now. But anyway, Chuck Schumer.
Honestly,
his catchprise is smell my fingers. Anyways, back to the trends.
Guess which hole these were in.
Could have been wrong place, wrong time. Could have been because it was busy. And he's always voted in a way that supports people, that takes care of people. So I figured, why share this story? I don't want to do any harm when he is not actually actively doing any harm. But after today's vote, I think maybe this is just who he is. And I think it's important that other people hear this. So it was the beginning of the Manhattan Pride Parade, 2023.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We were there. Me and my kids were there because we got the Trans Safe Haven bill passed into law. We were invited by the senator who sponsored that bill.
Him and the kids.
We were there to.
I know.
No one else. Just him and a group of children.
This Trans Safe Haven bill, I'd love to get your producer Craig on the show to chat about this.
I'm sure he has some thoughts.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. I don't think this is going to be looked at historically the way that Dan thinks it's going to be looked at.
No,
it's basically
integrating schools.
It's basically genital mutilation of children is legal in New York. And if you send children from another state here, they can do that. And the state that like says like you shouldn't like mutilate children's genitals can't do anything about it.
Little Rock, Arkansas, and wherever Dan's kids go to school.
It's the craziest shit. We live in weird times. But anyway, getting back to this and how amazing this guy is for forcing puberty blockers on 13-year-olds. It's great stuff, Dan.
There to stand in front of the governor. She signed that bill into law. And right after she signed that bill into law, Chuck Schumer comes wandering by and is sort of forcibly removing people around the senator so that he can be there for a photo shoot. And it felt a little off-putting in the moment that he was just sort of shooing people aside that actually had a lot to do with this bill, with getting this bill passed into law. But I didn't think much of it. I thought, publicity. And it's important publicity. This bill protects the trans community in the state of New York, and he's a New York State senator, so it made sense to me.
Right.
He didn't walk with us in the parade.
What?
He didn't partake in any of the parade. It was a hot day. I totally understood, but he did the same.
I love these. Just like, the temperature wise, I get it. I don't want to be in a parade.
It was the dog days of summer.
What an idiot.
I forgot. I don't know why I found this interesting. I forgot how exhausting a story was.
That's why I didn't play this.
He's a terrible storyteller.
He's so bad at this. He's like, now, Chuck Schumer was there for a photo opportunity, which I get. Makes sense. All right.
Well, let me go back and Chuck Schumer was born in 1954.
I know. This is for 2 minutes in. Why are you mad at this guy? What's going on?
Of the parade. He was just there for the photo shoot. I was like, he didn't do any of the work, but he wanted some of the credit. That always left a really bad taste in my mouth. I haven't talked about it a ton, but my closest friends, I've shared that with them.
Boring.
And now I'm just thinking, maybe that's who he is. Maybe he's just here for the photo shoot.
I got really bad news. I got really bad news for you, Dan. All the other politicians that he used to like, same thing.
But not only that, yes. First of all, oh my God, he's a politician. Could you believe that?
Could you believe it?
It's like a little kid, like learning your superheroes might be arrogant. You know what I mean? Like some fucking athlete. Oh my God, he has a bit of an ego on him.
Michael Jordan has a gambling problem? What?
Daniel can't believe it. But the other thing is like he's talking about this man as if like he did some horrible atrocity.
Right.
And he's like, he was there for the photo op.
Not for the right reasons.
As if, and I'm sure he hears all of our jaws hitting the floor around the country.
It's like, not Chuck Schumer.
I'm not a political guy, so you might have to get like one of the people in the chat. I'm sure they could tell you a few worse Chuck Schumer stories.
No shit.
Then he was there for a photo opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. So he agreed with your cause and was going along with it? Yeah. But he didn't
if
put
you
a lot of work
introduce
into
that
it.
to Trump might even be like, well, that one's not so bad. But the other things he's done.
Right. It's the worst story ever. Like, oh, well, then I don't like Chuck Schumer anymore. Good call. Smart. Dude,
and he held on to this for how many years, you know?
Well, right. He had to wait till the pylon was happening.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, I got a Chuck Schumer anecdote. Watch out.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic. You found a classic. This is from like, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, we haven't been getting the signature Dan that I love so much. So I've gone, my thumbs hurt after a little while, but I've scrolled a few back into the Dan catalog and gone to before we started covering him. And boy, is it a doozy. Now he's gotten very political. There's a lot of things like I just played. I spare you of that every week, where he's just ranting about politics.
That's a lot of that, yes.
Back in the day, he put out all bangers. I liked his old stuff better, you know? Like back in the day, he was putting out hit after hit. You could click on any video and it's what we're about to watch, basically.
He is the Pearl Jam of TikTok.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a couple that are good here and there, but the first 3 albums is where
magnificent.
What it's all about.
So every Sunday I used to do something called Draw Me Sundays. And Draw Me Sundays were pretty literally just times when I picked a creator at random from my comment section. Well, and then I'd go ahead and I'd draw them. Let me tell you why I stopped that, though. To illustrate this, no pun intended.
All right. Let's start with that setup.
The really funny illustrated pun?
Every Sunday, he would draw a random creator.
Yeah.
And he says, let me tell you why I stopped doing that. I'm telling you, this story makes no sense.
Oh, that's even more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, like, well, you know where this is going.
Yeah. That's even more baffling.
When I tell you this story makes no sense, I have multiple reasons why this is just a flat out lie. What he's saying here.
Well, to illustrate this, no pun intended, I'd like to share with you a story. So right around 10th grade of high school, I was drawing one day, and a girl that I was friends with came up to me and asked if I would draw what I was drawing on the paper on her arm. So I went ahead during one of our study halls and I drew it on her arm. And everybody thought it was the coolest thing ever. Everybody wanted me to do the same thing. So,
you buying this so far, Mike?
Yeah, obviously. It was the craze. First of all,
grade.
That's a very natural conversation. Hey, I see you have a drawing there. Would you draw it on my arm? And then, of course, the drawing on her arm is just as perfect as the one on a flat sheet of paper.
Yep.
And everyone looked at it and said, my word, Michelangelo? Who did this?
How do you have such an amazing art piece? Do you know Hunter Biden? How is this possible?
That's magnificent. Magic marker on skin really suits you well.
So I did as many as I could. I drew on my friends' arms. I drew different cool things, and they all looked like tattoos, and everybody thought it was cool.
Awesome.
Here's the thing, though. I graduated in a class of about 500 kids, which meant there were a couple thousand kids in my high school.
Mike, this is my favorite. This might be my favorite Woke Dad video of all time. This is so fucking incredible.
We'll do the math.
It starts off with, he, Chicken Study Hall is just like, wow, you're a good artist. You draw it on my arm. He goes, yeah, I'll do that. And then everyone's like, holy shit. Did you guys notice that Becky is way more popular ever since she got that drawing on her arm?
Yeah.
We all need to be like Becky.
Yeah. roughly 2,000 students.
Yes, all went, how can we be like Becky?
Yeah.
And Dan's just one tattoo artist at this point.
And I went to my graduating class was 225, so much less than half the size of Daniel's. You know how much the freshmen and seniors always interacted with each other. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
every class, we knew, thick as thieves, every single person in the school. So a school more than double that, I imagine, is the same.
Yeah, it's 14-year-olds, 18-year-olds are all thinking the same thing.
Yep.
It's how high school works.
And since everybody wanted me to draw on them, and I couldn't draw on everybody, I drew on those that were closest to me first.
Right.
Well, some people didn't like that. People started to get offended, and I started to get bullied because of it. So
Mike.
Which started a war.
he started to get bullied because they're like, why won't you give me a tattoo, asshole?
All right,
get in line.
Now I think you're a loser for that and only that reason.
Can I tell you who got bullied in this scenario, if any of this is true? The kids who got drawings on their arms from Dan. That's who, again, honestly, I think he's like trying to recreate a story where, kids were getting their heads dunked in toilets, but it wasn't because you weren't drawing on their arm. It was the kid who did get their arms drawn on.
I wonder if it's just that like Dan doesn't understand sarcasm and the kids bullying him were like, oh, you're going to draw one of your gay little fucking things on my arm? And he's like, oh, they must really want it.
Yeah. None of this makes any sense. Dan is younger than I am. Like I went to high school around the same time. This would not happen. This is retarded.
It couldn't happen in any generation.
No.
The word would travel of this man's great art. And then when one person was denied, which he doesn't really explain why, he's not saying no. He's just like,
time to fuck up Dan. He's not going to do a tattoo for me. Let's go.
But here's the thing. He's doing it to the people closest to him. He's not rejecting other people.
Right.
He just simply doesn't have
prioritizing.
time.
Yeah, he's prioritizing.
So when someone says like, hey, Dan, I really need that art. And he's like, I'll get to you eventually. They're like, loser, it's swirly time.
Let's beat his ass. He's not going to do mine until Thursday.
Just stopped doing it. I stopped doing it because people were being mean about me doing a kind act for free. So
that is the dumbest story I've ever heard. That is the dumbest shit.
Well, I thought it was dumb until you pointed out to me that's why he doesn't do drawings as an adult.
Yeah, he said I used to do this thing where I would draw other creators. Let me tell you why I don't. I got bullied in high school. What? How does that work?
But he started again knowing that story existed.
Right. Oh, Dan, we love you, buddy. Keep it up, man. You got to get back to your greatest hits. Yeah, come back. Now that everyone's paying attention, you got to get back to your greatest hits. Here's another one from the past.
So this last, I just picked a random one.
Yeah.
This is very similar to Keenan Bank. I think he was actually first to that style of video. And he has the music and everything in the background. And I'll explain more later, but this is just an act of kindness that he's doing.
All right, here we go.
Hello and welcome to day 4 of Kind 365. Kind 365 is my commitment to doing one kind act every day for 365 days. Again, today is day 4, and every ounce of kindness that I have today is going towards my kiddos. They just lost their kitty, and I am supporting them and loving them and showering them with as much kindness as I can. Just remember that sometimes those acts of kindness that you need to share with the world, those go to somebody closest to you because they are the most in need. Hello and welcome.
So that might seem like literally nothing to you, that he's like, my act of kindness for the day was I didn't yell at my kids because they lost their cat.
Right. Like something that you would do regardless of whether you're doing a kindness 365 or not.
But so that seems very mild. But
yeah,
over the course of 365 days, there's going to be peaks and valleys. I don't listen. Daniel Alexander is just a man at the end of the day. I understand he does a lot of great, but some days are going to be better than others.
Right. The Chiefs barely beat the Broncos, but they still made it to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Yes, right. If you dissect every single win,
right,
there were a few duds. But I scrolled for a while. He got to day 10. They gave up.
he didn't make it to 365, huh?
There was no announcement of an ending. It was just those videos disappeared.
So what? No one's cat died. He couldn't figure out another thing he could do for someone. Like, how am I going to be kind to people? No one even died today.
Which
Fuck.
shows you how lazy Daniel is, because that's his whole thing. And that style of video got very popular.
Right.
All he had to do every day is film himself being like, "Hey, you know what? That coffee on the house."
Yeah, act of kindness. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Andrew Blakemore sent a note in. This is interesting. He says, my new theory about woke fuck. I think he meant woke dad.
Sure.
He says, get your Baylen drops ready. You're bald, you're bald, you're bald. I keep wondering why you never see him without his douchey hats pulled down precisely just below where his hairline should be. And that is true. I've never seen Dan without a ball cap on.
Well, to be fair, I always wear a hat as well. So
You do?
doesn't mean anything.
What are you hiding?
A perfectly regular head of hair.
What are you
Lustrous,
hiding underneath there,
magnificent
Mike?
hair.
I don't understand why the thick point joke is still going on. You can't just comb your hair like an adult. You do like that hat a lot.
I do, actually. Yeah, I don't wear it in public, but I like it here.
Unironically, you're like, it kind of fits nice.
It's
I
nice.
dig it. Guys, thank you for supporting the show.
Yay, super chats.
Of course, the way you do that, I prefer supertip.gg/WATP. And Ghost Crusaders TV comes in with this.
I am willing to go to Hackamania too, only if you can get Chile to defend me in my upcoming sex crimes case. An extra attorney couldn't hurt. Another win for the toe.
This is a weird thing that's going on. And so we talked about this last week on the show. Aaron Imholt came out and said, we got a plea deal. It's a misdemeanor, $50 fine. We're good. But for some reason, they're still litigating it. There's still conversations going back and forth between the prosecutor and his attorney, and they're still trying to work out the details, which doesn't make any sense to me. And also, people pointed out $50 is not a fine that a court would ever give.
That's what they're working on. They're like, is it going to be 50 or $55?
Yeah, right. It's just like there's speculation. They're just lying about all of this. That there was no deal. I know. There's speculation that he was so concerned that guys like Melton and Ethan Ralph and maybe Tukey or myself were going to show up at his court. And he's just like, I'm just going to pretend there is no court date.
That's a fascinating one.
Throw
I
him
guess
off my trail.
I guess that's the angle to get them not to show up. But like when he was lying about April, and this is before I was really talking about it.
Yep,
But like when he was
same
lying
here.
about April, and he's, oh no, she's right up there. April, she can't hear me, but she's right upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I can wrap my mind around the reason for that lie. It's like I'm just trying to hold my marriage together, make everyone think everything's okay. I get it's silly because it fell apart at the seams, obviously,
Right.
and he looked foolish. But I understand the reason for that. How does he think he's going to wiggle out of this one?
Right.
If it's a lie, how would people not find that out?
I don't think people like this think that far ahead.
That seems impossible.
It does seem impossible because you and I are both rational human beings who are like online personalities. So we'd be like, well, obviously, like I have my
What do I do
wife on my
tomorrow?
show. Right. I have my wife on my show. If something happened between me and my wife, I would tell everyone immediately. Because what am I going to do? Just kick the can as long as I can?
Oh,
How does
no,
that help me?
Jenny! Damn. If only she could hear me, she'd come.
She hates to appoint Dabble point. That's why you haven't seen her in 3 years.
Yeah.
She loves talking about Celery John. Everyone knows that. Rocco Orby 2025 bucks says, doing a kind act for free, like making mugs with a kiln with money given by suckers and not giving them away.
Well, that's you're forgetting. This is years ago. The kindness ever did.
Right? Yeah.
Now he's a
abandoning that.
capitalist.
Yeah, now he's a capitalist. He's just like profits. Profits over everything. Vito's Cradle coming back in on the super tip system.
Listen, guys, I'm all man. I give it to my wife every night and even some mornings. I do all the positions, including the ones I don't like, because that's how much of a man I am.
Hey, woke dad, any chance you need a second wife? My schedule, like myself, is wide open.
Some negotiations going on now between these sex addicts that we know in the Dabbleverse.
Woke dad's big, thick cock.
I've never heard her complain. DeWired Christian $2 says hairless Daniel dug a shallow grave recently.
Oh no. I hope not.
I don't know what that means, DeWired Christian.
I think you're just accusing him of being a horrible criminal.
I see. Well, Mike, we've gotten to the point where we need to listen to some voicemails. God, this show is getting long.
Oh, goody. What time is
We're over 2 hours in. Guys, thank you so much for the
Good
support.
Lord.
Thank you very much for supporting the show. We appreciate you all being here. And this is the portion of the show where you get to have your voice heard.
All right.
Go to whoarethese.com. You find our voicemail number. Let us know that it's for Who Are These Socials, because it's the same number for Who Are These Broadcasters, Who Are These Podcasts, the Creep Off. I mean, the Creep Off has his own number. People call in to talk about the Creep Off. Whatever. Here it is.
Hey, this is for Who Are These Socials? I'm a couple episodes behind. Sorry. But I think this whole Alec Baldwin Trump impersonator, because it's a scripted show, I think that might be scripted. I don't know. Just saying. All right. Keep it stiff.
I don't think so, because I don't think they're going to use it in the show.
It was not scripted. And also, did we talk about it on this show or not? That was Keanu Thompson's ex-boyfriend who broke her arm or something.
You mentioned it. You alluded to it, and then I saw. I think it was in the New York Post. I saw. After that.
Yeah. She made a big deal about it, and rightfully so. Apparently, he's a very abusive guy. Yeah. And I was like, "Hey, this guy's hilarious, right?" Ugh.
I was on the right side of history there.
You were, yes, Mike. You won that round. I'll give it to you.
Hey, this is for WATS. For Blind Mike, the loaded potato griller at Taco Bell, they got rid of that 2020. There's some fuckery you can do with the app. You can get close to it, but the thing is you don't have the bacon, so it's not completely accurate. But you can do some fucker with the app. Once again, say a little Lucy for me.
I appreciate you trying, buddy.
Did we play that last week?
No. He played something about Taco Bell last week, which prompted me asking about the loaded potato.
Okay.
Because I'm not a big Taco Bell guy, but that was an item I enjoyed.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Very good.
Hey, Carl, just had to call in during the WATS showing. There's a WATS voicemail. What the hell was with the 1-2 punch of fucking maggot slurping into just fart? That's disgusting. Why? Yeah.
Sorry.
You're weird.
Well, people send these things into me, sir. I'm not seeking this stuff.
I have no control.
I do curate it. That is true.
Hey, Carl, this is for WATS. Who Are These Socials? So Rosie O'Donnell went to Ireland.
Yeah.
I'm a Border Patrol agent, and I actually, last time you were in Detroit, forgot to ask you about some recorded phone calls. I'm a federal agent, but she went to Ireland, went through customs there, and now she's applying to be a citizen. So she didn't just sneak in and demanded things. Isn't that kind of hypocritical for a liberal?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Fair.
Following the rules and shit. All right, shoot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She should have just canoed there, and that is a good point.
Yes.
Snuck over the border.
Jay Loiter of the Super Chat says, the axe thing is totally fake. All right. Well,
it felt... I didn't know how to feel about it. It felt fake at first, but then I was like, they're doing an okay job. It could just be a retarded gentleman, you know?
Seemed real to me, but maybe I was duped again. I've been duped on this show before. More Taco Bell info coming in.
Ooh. Hi there. This message is for WATS. I just want to let Mike know that he is probably one of my favorite people in the Dabbleverse.
What's up, girl?
And I'm calling about the so-called Taco Bell connoisseur from your messages from last week. Although he is correct that there isn't a combo with the mini sliders, there is a box that's around $9, and it comes with 2 mini sliders, 2 tacos, cinnamon twist, and a drink. So he could have got all that for $9.
Okay.
But decided to complain about it instead. And Mike wanted to know about the potato griller, which is no longer available, but they do have a potato soft taco. That's one of the cheapest things on their menu.
Wow,
and I suggest he tries. It's not too bad. Anyways, thanks for the show. I enjoy it every single week. Keep up the good work, guys. Bye.
Hey, we enjoy you.
Thank you, baby.
I didn't realize. Maybe we should just do a show about Taco Bell.
Well, that sparked a memory. I meant to mention this during the banter segment.
Ah, please.
I tried pizza that had pineapple on half.
Oh, shit. All right, cool.
And what I found, I do not like pineapple on pizza. I don't like the chunky, I'm a texture guy.
Okay.
So the big chunks of pineapple I do not want. However, I had a slice that must have been next to the pineapple or something. Pineapple seeped into it somehow. I could smell
Nice.
it. There was a
Delicious.
taste of it.
Ah.
That was pretty good.
So you like the flavor.
So if there's the essence of pineapple involved.
So if someone squeezed a pineapple on your pizza slice, you'd be fine with that.
Maybe. Or maybe if it was very, very thin to the point of not noticing, you know?
This is so stupid. Someone else sent me a note. I can't remember where I saw this or heard it, but they're like, maybe it was on a show I was on. They're like, I like pineapple on pizza, but it has to be sliced very thin. I want a big chunk of pineapple.
Yes, I'm with this person.
I just want to tell you, and I can't get enough pineapple on my pizza. I always complain. You can ask my wife about this. Every time I order a fruit or a vegetable on pizza, and I do this quite often, broccoli or pineapple or something, I always get annoyed. Even onions or peppers, I always get annoyed. I'm like, all right, you're charging me $3 for this topping, and you sprinkled 3 cents worth of broccoli onto this fucking thing.
That's all I want.
No,
Give me
come
the
on. I asked for it. Give it to me. What the fuck? Why is broccoli the same cost as sausage or meatballs?
That is unusual.
Doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, pineapple on pizza, it's just the texture that grosses me out. But I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong.
This is a lot of controversy right now.
Yes.
People are going to lose their minds over this.
I understand.
All right, one more voicemail. This is for you, Mike.
Oh.
Okay, this is for WATS, and specifically, it's for Why Are You Laughing? Because I heard somebody do this last week. Mike, have you had any consideration for doing a show on the movie UHF? I think it's classic. I don't know if you do too, but I think it would be worth doing a show on. Anyways, love it. See ya.
Is that Weird Al's?
Yes,
vehicle?
and it's actually the first time I ever met Kramer. It's in the movie.
Michael
UHF.
Richards is in that?
Yes, he's great in that too.
It's funny. It's funny about getting that voicemail. It almost feels planned. I was thinking about doing Weird Al maybe next week.
No shit.
So maybe, yeah. I don't know about the whole UHF episode, but I was thinking about doing Weird Al in the near future. So maybe.
Well, Mike, you had me on Why Are You Laughing for Tucker Max.
Hmm.
You had me on for The Simpsons, I want to say.
Yes, and Mitch Hedberg.
Mm-hmm. I go so far back with Weird Al. That was my first musical influence as a young child.
Okay, that could be helpful because I know the hits basically.
Oh, I've seen Weird Al when he's toured. Actually, producer Chris and I went and saw him. He wasn't doing any of his parody songs. He was just doing his originals.
Okay.
So that's how deep I go with Weird Al. So I'm just throwing it out there. If you want a guest on the show, if you're doing Weird Al, I love UHF. I think that movie rules. And I'd be happy to talk to you about.
Beautiful. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, sir.
Al Yank. he goes. All right. Well, you're not going to get an invite, but cool, man. You can listen to the episode. Tell me what you think. All right. Fair enough.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. I would like you on because I don't know a ton about him, so that'd be good.
Well, people are wondering what are we talking about? Why are you laughing? The Blind Mike Project. What is all this stuff? Well, I'll tell you. There's one place to go to learn about all of this, and that's blindmike.net.
Yes, all my links are there. Every Sunday, the Blind Mike Project is live at 10 a.m. And this week, we have special guest, Cardiff Electric. He has threatened to porn bomb me for what I've done to OJ, so I'll be keeping an eye out for chicanery, but hopefully we're civil to each other. That's all I ask. And why are you laughing? We just talked about Richard Jeni. It seems like mixed reviews. A lot of people agree with my take on Richard Jeni. Some people think I missed his brilliance. And the next episode we're doing is Paula Poundstone. So that'll be up on Patreon.
Yes.
So very
That'll
interesting.
be fun.
Interesting and weird case. There's not a lot of information about her most famous scandal out there. So she'll be
Paula
interesting to
Poundstone
talk
is a
about.
very interesting because when she was at her peak, she was a very good comic.
Yeah, that's so. My take on her, it's not for me, but I was like, she's not bad. Like, there's some funny stuff here. I get it. I get the popularity, but she's definitely weird and definitely had some interesting controversy.
But you have Cardiff Electric on the show.
Mr. Potato Head, master of disguise. He can turn into over 50 completely different guys.
The great Cardiff Electric going to be on Blind Mike Project. And I'm excited this weekend because on Who Are These Podcasts, I have scheduled Adam Bush and Anthony Cumia, two guys who have not broadcasted together.
You just haven't talked politics. That'll be fun.
That would actually be interesting, to be honest with you. That would be interesting. But instead, I think we're going to laugh about Opie and who knows what else. Obviously, Dylan Mulvaney. I made that pretty clear on the show today. Dylan Mulvaney has a new podcast.
It'll be fun to have Anthony on for, too, I imagine.
Oh, I can't wait. Whoarethese.com for all things Who Are These Podcasts. Of course, we have the Dabble House coming up April 11th through 12th. Go to dabblecon.live. Season 2 of the Kate Meany tapes. I am so excited. I've not heard these yet. I am so excited because all I know is that Stuttering John fell into Kate Meany's web yet again and also fell in love with Kate Meany.
Yeah. Well, it's sad we lost him. I was just getting into a new show called The John Melendez Show. I thought that was very good. And then I hear it's ended. Sadly.
Unfortunately, John Melendez only did 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Oh, this is funny. Vinny Paulino is here. The Creep Off channel says, Paula Poundstone, can we please make that a Creep Off crossover episode?
No, we can't because literally, like, even so, I found a transcript of her on Larry King. The video doesn't exist anywhere.
Right.
Which is great because Larry has some very Larry King questions. And in print, they're even more Larry, which is nice. But
how important is the underage child?
Yeah. How important is the mouth?
What did you do with the groceries?
Yeah, so it's weird. She's it's been pretty tightly sealed up apparently, but yeah, we'll talk about it.
All right, well there you go, Vinny. There's not enough research to be done. Matthew Rowley, member for 9 months, says, "Nice, Cardiff will be on Sunday. Finally, a good episode."
Hey, that's fair.
That's obviously a joke. No one thinks Cardiff makes episodes better.
Oh, I disagree.
Oh, I see it every time Cardiff comes on WATP. All I see in the chat is, "Oh, Cardiff's here. I'm out, leaving now."
Oh, I will say. Can I mention one quick thing about Cardiff? I thought it was really cool because you guys are doing Hackamania. I hear if you use Cardiff's code CUM, you save way more money than the other promo codes.
Okay, you've just triggered me now. There is no code that will save you more money than WATP. If you go to hackamania.com and you want to save money, there is no code you can put in that will save you more money than WATP.
I've heard otherwise. CUM is the way to go.
Yeah, well, he's lying. He's lying.
All right, well, I'll grill him on that on Sunday as well.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Bye-bye. Oh, have the day you deserve.
He goes, bye-bye. Is that our sign-off? Bye, everyone. Bye.
Good riddance.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize. Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?